What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Happy Thursday, happy Friday, depending on the time we're watching this. I was having some live issues right now, so this is my second time. Let me see if we are officially live. If you are in right now, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know if we are officially good. So it looks like we are. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, by the way, and comment down below if the music is a little too high. So let me go ahead and double check everything's up and running, because I've been having issues as of lately for whatever case it is. But I hope all of you are having a great day. Give me 1 second, all right? All right, awesome possum. Looks like we are officially live. Welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to be talking about meme coins are dead and what we should go ahead and do moving forward. Obviously, I don't know, it's not really a topic I really want to go ahead and talk about, right? Because it's going to trigger a lot of people. But I think it's really. Sorry about that. That was like me double checking. I had my stream right here up on my phone to check that we are officially live. Sorry about that. But anyways, what I was saying, today we're going to be talking about our meme coins dead, what we could go ahead and do moving forward, what kind of strategy should we go ahead and use, and what are my thoughts, right? Am I super bearish on meme coins now? Not really. I've been quite bearish with crypto overall. If you guys have been watching and following the streams, I've been quite very bearish when everybody has been very bullish, right? I've been quite the opposite. I've been saying that we were going to go ahead and expect this market to dump even further. Doesn't mean there isn't money to be made in this field. I think it's just especially for meme coins, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, meaning in a way that there's going to be possibly a lot more scams going on. And that's kind of the reason why I kind of pivoted away from meme coins slowly, because I'm like, you know what, I'm not here to go ahead and wait whether a developer wants to talk today and wants to really do something with the project, when in reality meme coins, as all of you know, and I hope all of you do know this, there's only a few that are worth holding on to, right? And we're going to be talking about that in today's live stream, so definitely go ahead and make sure to watch till the end. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you the reasons why I think meme coins are dead, the way we could go ahead and utilize this opportunity to go ahead and make more money, and what's the strategy moving forward, right? Am I completely pivoting away from meme coins? No, I'm not. I love meme coins, but I think my perspective as of right now during the time of the market has really changed. I did mention that meme coin season is around the corner, and we're going to go ahead and talk about how we could go ahead and make more money during that time. So definitely go ahead and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, go ahead and comment down below. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me, and why? And most importantly, show me your other meme coins that you're currently looking at right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. Let's talk about strategy and how we could go ahead and pivot around this moving forward, right? So we're going to go ahead and start off with crypto bubbles. So it looks like the market's a little bit red today. You know, it looks like a lot of it's pretty much just from there's nothing too surprising with what we're seeing right now in the market. So we're going to go ahead and be talking about this new strategy of how we could go ahead and make money and take advantage of what is going on with this market, right? So if we go ahead and head over to Dex Tools, a platform that we've been using literally almost every day in the last couple weeks. If you go ahead and take a look at the memes that we went either invested in or traded in, you do see that they're down quite a bit, you know, except for this one, HTR, which I was going to get into and I ended up not getting into for some whatever. I had some sort of issue. I can't remember what it was, but there is some winners out there, right? But let's go ahead and start off with this one. This one was supposed to be like the next top pepe, and it was literally named pepe. Like there was literally no utility behind this. And I've been telling a lot of you, last couple weeks, meme coins are going to dump even harder. I'm not investing as much on meme coins. I'm not going to be touching meme coins. I'm not going to be buying the dips on a lot of these coins. Why? Because we haven't the whole entire market narrative hasn't changed, right? We haven't really seen any bullishness come into the market, and I've been saying how we need Bitcoin overall to go ahead and break its dominance in order for meme coin season to begin, right? And what has Bitcoin been doing? Well, Bitcoin has been pumping, right? So Bitcoin has really been doing its own thing. Market has been getting all excited, but it looks like we might be reaching the top on Bitcoin as well. I think Bitcoin might even go ahead and pump all the way up to 26,000, you know, all the way up to 27,000, 28,000, and then we're gonna dump from there. That's just solely my opinion. Obviously none of this is financial advice. This is just solely my opinion, talking to you as a friend, as a family member, with anything that we're talking about today, right? Because I'm not gonna go ahead and talk about something that I truly do not believe in. You know, last time I jumped into something was Dork Lord, and I really thought it was going to do really, really well because of the whole entire narrative. The team was hyped. They were hosting spaces every day, and then after I did see a pattern that really made me want to go ahead and buy this, right? I did not buy Dork Lord at the top, which is good, but I also did not buy it at the very, very bottom. So I didn't buy it right here, but I did buy it around this bottom right here, because I thought we were going to go ahead and have a cup and handle pattern forming, and we ended up getting rejected all the way down. So it just looks like pure manipulation. You know, it looks like they literally, in my opinion, I think their team tokens that dumped are just pure manipulation when it comes to this meme coin sector, especially just because of how the market structure is, right? And when it comes to meme coins, really the only utility there is literally just hype. That's literally the only value most of these meme coins are able to go ahead and provide. And 99% of them are and will be losers, right? Especially during a market that we're in right now. There really hasn't been any bullishness whatsoever. So I don't know why a lot of people get excited over what has been going on with the market. I mean, it's really good to go ahead and be positive and have a positive mindset, but it's also a reality check that you need to go ahead and ask yourself. It's like, is this the time that I really want to go ahead and be blowing up money instead of making money, right? Do you want to go ahead and be losing money like every other person or every other trader that trades these shit coins, or do you want to go ahead and be a profitable person making money where you know how to go ahead and jump into these trends early on, right? And that's kind of the problem right here when it comes to a lot of these meme coins. Like I threw in 300 bucks around Dork Lord, around right here. I thought a cup and handle pattern was going to form. Literally as soon as we were going to go ahead and break out, we ended up dumping very, very hard. I'm like, this is pure manipulation. So what I ended up doing yesterday, I ended up cutting my losses. I put in 300 bucks. I took out only $100, and I lost that $100 too, right? But it is what it is. I was doing something with that $100. But what I'm trying to say is that I knew in my mind, as soon as I invested into Dork Lord, then I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm okay losing $300. I'm not, because I've been pushing that, I've been preaching that. When it comes to these meme coins, you can really make a lot of money with as low as 10, 20, 40 bucks, 60 bucks. Like, yeah, I was tracking a Pepe millionaire, and he made over $3 billion off of $24, you know? So that tells you like the power of memes, but it also tells you the capability that it has in order for you to make, you know, life-changing money. Will you go ahead and hit 3 million off your first play? No. I mean, realistically, no. Will it happen to many of you? Yes. There's a lot of cases. One of the biggest issues I think that comes across when it comes to meme coins, and the reason why there's more losers than winners, is that we all have this like gambling degen mindset, right? Like, meme coins are just lottery tickets, and I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people mostly lose, and I'm talking based on experience, right? Because we all have a lot of greed, and that's the reason why we're even investing into such projects, because we're really greedy people, right? And I'm not saying that we're greedy people overall, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm saying that we have in the mindset that we want to go ahead and make money quick and get out of whatever situation in life or whatever you want to buy in life, that you want to go ahead and make that quick money, right? Well, the reality is that that's what a lot of developers prey on when it comes to these meme coins. They literally know that there's a lot of people hoping, crossing their fingers, they just go ahead and begin and pull out liquidity, right? And Dork Lord is one of those examples. Can it come back? Yes, 100% it could come back. But do I want to go ahead and invest into projects depending that the hype only lasts for 2-3 days? Like Dork Lord, literally hype only lasted, if you count these 3 green candlesticks, 3 days, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and that's it. It almost lasted about a week. And I've noticed that when it comes to a lot of meme coins, they usually only pump for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. If it's over a little bit a week, like Pepe 2.0 and Pepe, then there's something really interesting with the narrative there, right? But for example, with Dork Lord, the reason why it died literally as soon as it almost launched is that Matt Furry, the creator of Pepe, ended up changing his profile picture to Dork Lord, which was another meme or NFT that he created, and then some developers decided to go ahead and hop onto that what is it called, that hype, and that's what ended up happening. And the problem here is that the chart. So this is the reason why I've been saying do not invest in meme coins right now. This is like probably like the really worst investment you could go ahead and do. Obviously not financial advice, but in my opinion, I think it's, in my opinion, like we go again, a lot of these assets are really risky to begin with. Rather than how do we really make money in this market when it's always red? So the problem is, to begin with, is that when you're trading a lot of these assets, when you're buying a lot of these assets, it's actually better to go ahead and trade these assets. There's more money to be made trading to the upside or to the downside, and I never really understood that when I heard some traders, and like I've listened to some traders, and some of them are like, yeah, I only hold Bitcoin, or I only hold like the top 10 altcoins, and I've always wondered, I was like, why do they do that, man? There's so much money to be made. And their mentality behind it is that it's really unpredictable to what coin is going to be here to stay for the year or for the next decade. Because I remember back in 2017 when I started my crypto journey, there was a lot of more other coins that were top 10 that are no longer here today, right? So imagine if you were to go ahead and put your life savings into a new utility project that you think is going to be revolutionary, but in reality it really isn't, right? Or the market was not there. There's this one saying that I've always heard, that you never want to go ahead and be early onto the trend. You never want to go ahead and be too late onto the trend. You want to go ahead and jump onto the trend in between the middle, so you can go ahead and take advantage of the yield that it's going to come with, right? So you never want to be the first one to go ahead and experiment something, and you never want to be the last, because you might be too last for the trend, and it's going to be dead by then. So that's a clear example of like Dork Lord, right? I hopped on Dork Lord in the middle of the trend. Was I able to make money? Yeah, I was able. I think I was up like $100 or $200, and I ended up not taking profits because I was really expecting this cup and handle pattern forming, right? So I was like, whatever the case it is. I didn't put any stop losses, which I should have now moving forward. And I ended up just pulling yesterday because I was like, you know what? The chart's not looking like it's going to get better. I'd rather pull out my $100 right now than like pull out $0, because Dark Lord is 100% dead in my opinion. Can it come back? Yes. And the platform that I was using to go ahead and trade that is MEXC. So definitely go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. 9,100 in sign-up bonuses. We do have about a day left. Don't worry. I'm not going to go ahead and create no FOMO on you. I'll just go ahead and reach out to the team of MEXC and see if we could go ahead and work out another deal with you guys. But yeah, definitely, I think this is right now the best way to go ahead and make money in this volatile market. You could go ahead and use the MEXC strategy, which they do post a lot of like meme coins, shit coins, altcoins. You could go ahead and leverage trade a lot of these tokens. Right now I am in a position, I think I'm actually quite down a bit. Yeah, I'm down about 28 bucks, so that's not too good. And I did not put a stop loss, so we're gonna go ahead and see where things are going on right there. But I have been making some pretty successful trades on MEXC with a lot of these shit coins, and I've been taking advantage of this volatility, right? So right now I'm gonna go ahead and see if this Bitcoin play is even going to go ahead and play out, because the biggest thing when it comes to a lot of this is always having like a good risk to reward. I got stopped out on my Shiba trade yesterday. I ended up just losing $4, but I was up in profit about a little bit over $100. So like, it's all about reflecting, right? I'm not the best trader. I'm not the the perfect person, but what I could go ahead and say that I'm willing to go ahead and learn from my mistakes at times, right? So I look back on my trade on Shiba and I ask myself, what did I do wrong in this trade? How can I go ahead and improve, and how can I go ahead and become better moving forward, right? And that's the kind of questions you want to go ahead and ask yourself when it comes to trading any of this, right? Especially when it comes to leverage trading. Leverage trading, it's its own ball game. Meme coin trading, it's its own ball game. Investing, it's its own thing. So you have to really go ahead and stick to something and realize, like, what do I really want to go ahead and do? Do I want to go ahead and bag hold 99% of the projects, or do you want to go ahead and make money in the volatility of the market, whether it's shorting or longing Bitcoin or any altcoin or other shitcoin, right? For an example, another example right here, and luckily I did not have money that was what was it called? Luckily I didn't have any money that was money that I wasn't willing to lose, right, is what I'm trying to say. So Pepe gained. So apparently they ended up coming into some scammers. I ended up buying the fake listing from a fake profile that I guess had nothing to do with OKX or KuCoin. And supposedly, I just say supposedly because we don't really know what the reality of any of this is, right? You have to go ahead and take all this information with a grain of salt, whether it's me or whether we see what the developers are saying. And we see right here, we have initially planned over $64,000 for a buyback. Now we are considering utilizing this fund for a big centralized exchange listing and new marketing campaigns. What do you prefer? I put centralized listing, and we have about 23 hours to go ahead and decide. So the question is, in 23 hours, will the team go ahead and do what they thought they were going to go ahead and do? And that's one of the biggest things that we have to go ahead and focus on when it comes to a lot of these projects, right? Sometimes we're hoping, crossing our fingers, they get listed on the top tier exchanges, which is most of the time BS and actually worse for the token, in my opinion. More manipulation, more whales usually enter around that space, right, when they get into the centralized exchange listings. And this whole entire FUD thing happened. We were close to go ahead and break out with this cup and handle pattern, and we ended up losing major support. So we ended up actually dumping a little bit over 75%. Luckily, I only had about 70 or $100, and I knew that a lot of these shit coins that I got into, I was only willing to risk $150, $10, $300, and that's the max, right? Because these are literally degen lottery plays. If you put in $300, $100, and you really do hit it big, yes, you could go ahead and make a couple grand, right? But for the most part, you're probably going to go ahead and lose like 90% of your money, unless you have some insider information when it comes to trading these altcoins or shit coins, or you're getting in really early and you're knowing how to identify taking in profits, right? Which I think is one of the biggest, hardest things, because you could go ahead and jump in early, make a 10x, and then literally it could go up higher. So you really don't know where this market could be heading, right? Whether it's going to go up another 20,000%, or is it going to go ahead and dump another 99%. And that's one of the hardest things when it comes to a lot of these shit coins, is that it's really unpredictable, right? There's really no strategy to the shit coins, even if you know TA. And I think that's the reason why right now it's a total BS in the market. And I think overall meme coins are currently, at the moment, in my opinion, dead. Is there a few meme coins that are worth investing to in the long term? Yes. I mean, I think Shiba is going to be here to stay. I think Shiba definitely has a lot of utility. It's been here for 2 years, so it could definitely go ahead and show that Shiba has a pretty strong community, right? By the way, sipping on some W right now. Go ahead and support the channel by using my W link down below. Go ahead and type in code pepe2, because that tells you, the title of this video is why meme coins are dead. Yeah, I'm talking about pepe2, right? So I am still bullish on meme coins. I'm just saying that I don't think, in my opinion, that it's one of the smartest things to go ahead and do right now during this time of the market, right? Right now in this market, you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money, and you can go ahead and decide what side of the road you want to go ahead and do that. And like, for example, like right now I'm in this trade with Bitcoin, right? I'm using MEXC. I have this trade right now. I was up a little bit, I started off with $300, and I've been back and forth, having some winning trades, having some losing trades, being a little bit greedy and losing some money, right? And that's the reality of being a trader. It's really just more of a discipline kind of thing. It's like, if you're pretty disciplined, then you're able to go ahead and win this game. If you're not disciplined, then you're gonna go ahead and lose all your money or burn multiple accounts, right? So that's the thing right here in this game. It's are you going to go ahead and be disciplined enough? So my thing is right now, my total equity is 182, right? So like, after this trade, if this trade does not turn out to be successful as I thought it was going to happen, I'm just going to go ahead and take my loss. It is what it is. You don't always win every trade, and I'm just going to go ahead and stop trading for a while. I'm probably going to go ahead and take a break, probably for a week, or unless I see another opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and put my stop loss right now, because the market is dumping a lot, and I'm probably more than likely going to go ahead and lose out on this trade, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and put 26,480. So I'm going to be losing about $59 if that's what that trade comes down to. And I'm okay with it. It is what it is. So that's okay. So it's more than likely going to go ahead and hit that. I mean, the market's not looking too well. I mean, we could go ahead and have a rebound right here. This is what I'm thinking. We're going to go ahead and bounce from this 26,447. So I do think that we're going to go ahead and bounce from here and probably go ahead and catch. What my goal is right here is catch a little swing trade to the upside. And I think we're going to go ahead and bounce and probably hit around this area right here, right? So that's the reason why I'm holding on to this trade right now, but that's only for a couple minutes. And you're going to either see me make some money live, like you have in the last couple videos, or you're going to go ahead and see me lose money live. And that's just the reality of the game, right? But it really all comes down to, are you going to go ahead and be disciplined when it comes to even making any of these decisions, right? So like if I put my stop loss right here, and this is a problem why I would rather lose a $40, because sometimes liquidity grabs happen, right? And that happened to me with Shiba earlier. I was up $100 and I was like, you know what, the market changes, I'm gonna go ahead and put a stop loss and only lose $5. It is what it is, you know what I mean? If I get stopped out, it is what it is. And I got stopped out. So now I learned, I was like, okay, what did I do wrong to go ahead and do right moving forward? And that's what I'm actually looking at right now. But an example right now with Bitcoin, the thing is, like with liquidity grabs, they will go ahead and dump and break support. Literally, it could probably even touch this area and then bounce back up. And that's kind of the reason why, you know, leverage trading is a whole different ball game, and it's super risky, especially if you have like a very high, what is it called? You're using high leverage. Like right now I'm using really high leverage, and I'm actually breaking my own rules. I'm using about 48x leverage, which normally I would not go ahead and suggest that depending on the market structure, but I'm trying to take advantage of this volatility, right? But with the volatility, it could also be a good thing or or a bad thing. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this play works out. We should go ahead and bounce from this area and go back up, and I should go ahead and capture a nice little trade. And yeah, and after that trade, I'm just going to go ahead and probably short Bitcoin more than likely. I think Bitcoin is going to go ahead and be dumping, and I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of a lot of this volatility of the market, right? But if not, if my trade doesn't go well, I'm probably just going to go ahead and take the L of the $58 loss, whatever the case is. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take a break from trading for maybe a week or two, depending on how I feel, and just really realize and analyze what I did wrong on that trade. You know, how can I go ahead and become better as a trader overall? And that's what it really comes down to. It's just really owning up to your mistakes and not having a gambling mindset, which I think a lot of us do when it comes to these meme coins, is that we have the gambling mindset of like hoping that it's going to go up. And this is kind of a really good reason why, right? Did I wake up, you know, a little bit pissed off that like meme tokens are not up today? No. Because all the tokens that I invested in my head mentally, and it's actually quite funny, right? Because OG was actually talking about this yesterday, and he said how sometimes you have to go ahead and just move on and forget the past of your previous, you know, trading mistakes or whatever you did. If you lost money on our last trade or whatever the case is, just go ahead and move on. You know, the past is the past, the future is the future. With that being said, in the last couple weeks that I've been really bearish, that a lot of you did not like, you know, watching any of what I had to talk about, due to the fact that, you know, I was bearish on a token that we all loved and we all talk about, and the reason why the channel grew so quick, right? And it was Pepe 2, and I called it out at 30 million market cap, and I said, guys, be very careful. I'm selling my position. Obviously, this is solely my opinion. I made a lot of money on Pepe 2, you know, and I also lost a lot of money. I made a decent amount of money swing trading this thing to the upside. Made about 30 grand in the day during that trade, and I got really greedy, and I thought we were going to go ahead and pump even higher. So I ended up going all in and buying the dips, and ended up getting wrecked and losing that 30 grand the next day after I made that trade, right? And even then I did that. Even though I did that, still I was still bullish on Pepe 2, and I'm still bullish on Pepe 2, right? But I'm going to go ahead and sit here and sell you hopes and dreams about Pepe 2 and how it's going to go ahead and hit $1, and it's going to be revolutionary, right? Right now, so far, it's not looking too well, right? And this is a common thing when it comes to a lot of these shit coins. They usually go ahead and pump, and then they dump about 90% in it. And during meme coin season is when they pump for those that are successful, right? There's a lot of meme coins that are still here till this day, and I think are going to go ahead and repump, just such as Shiba, you know, the Deutsche coins. You have all these. Are you going to be making massive, like, life, wealth-changing money? Probably not, but that's kind of the reality that you have to go ahead and take when it comes to a lot of these shit coins, right? You have to go ahead and be willing to go ahead and take somewhat of some risk, but that just means minimizing your risk, right? I don't think there's nothing wrong with taking risk. I think that's a really good thing, at least for me personally. I think I'm the person that's taken a lot of risk in life, and I think now as I'm getting older, I'm kind of realizing it's like, do I really need to go ahead and over leverage myself in that position? Should I go ahead and put myself in that position? Should I go ahead and take a step back? Am I okay waiting 1 or 2 years to make millions, whatever the case is, right? And I think the reality when it comes to trading a lot is that a lot of people want to make these millions overnight and then tend to lose trade after trade after trade, right? And you're just chasing this dream that doesn't really exist. It does exist, but a lot of these shitcoins sell you that dream, and they know they're selling you that dream, and they do that in order for you to be exit liquidity, right? And I told a lot of you around this area right here, and I was really bullish on pepe too, right? Super bullish, and I still am. I told a lot of you at 30 million market cap, be careful. I think, in my opinion, pepe 2 is going to drop to 1 million market cap. Look where it's at right now. 2.97 million market cap, and it might drop down to the 1 million market cap. And guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I'm not gonna put in a lot of money. I'll probably only put in 40 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever the case is, right? Because I bought in right here again. I ended up buying in right here. I ended up selling like literally 90% of my bag at 30 million market cap because I knew it was gonna dip. Then I entered again at like around probably under 8 to 10 million market cap, and right now it dropped another 80 to 90%, right? So if I go ahead and throw in, if I'm really that bullish in this project, even if I throw in $40 to $100 right here, and we do get that market reversal that I do believe is going to happen on pepe 2.0, because this is the same thing that happened with Shiba as well, that $40 is going to make me a lot of money as well, right? So you don't need to go ahead and put in a lot of money. Now the problem is if you bought the dip, I mean the top right here, you're pretty much screwed. Will it ever come back? I don't know. I think it will during the meme coin season, but so far the team hasn't really been doing anything to go ahead and justify that pepe 2 is going to come back. But the good thing about it is that I can go ahead and tell you, and I hope a lot of you are following the strategy, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because, yes, I'm down 99% on my meme coin portfolio, but guess what? Right now, the last trade that I made on a meme coin, besides leverage trading them, was Dork Lord. And that was the last trade I made. And I told a lot of y'all, like, look, I love meme coins. I have a heart for the space, but I'm just not going to go ahead and trade them right now, because for me personally, I just don't want to put myself in that position. I'd rather be investing in tokens that have a little bit more of a real utility. Like, I would rather have a lot of you buy like Bitcoin, which I would always be against. Buy Bitcoin or buy some of these smaller altcoins that you could go ahead and really take advantage of the volatility and really buy the dip. But the problem is that even with the altcoins, in my opinion, I think there's still another 60 to 80% dump to come in the near future. I don't know when that's going to be, and that's kind of the reason why overall I don't feel confident in the market. Like, I really don't. I don't feel confident in the crypto market whatsoever. I'm actually looking to go ahead and pivot and just stack USDC or USDT on the side for a lot of these cryptos and maybe buy some of them that I truly believe in, right? One of them being an example is Bitcoin Cash. I made a video yesterday about why you should go ahead and buy Bitcoin Cash. Obviously not financial advice, but I am extremely bullish on Bitcoin Cash, and I really do believe that Bitcoin Cash is going to be the next Bitcoin. And I think a lot of you should go ahead and consider having some Bitcoin Cash in your portfolio, because it's a little bit more of a safer bet in my opinion, right? Can you go ahead and have the pepe 2.0s in your portfolio? Yes, you could, but I would go ahead and suggest be a little bit more diversified and have a little bit more, right? I don't own that much Bitcoin Cash. I own about, one right now, 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the portfolio. I think realistically Bitcoin Cash could probably dump another 80%. So this realistically could go as low as even $80 or even $100 and something dollars, or it might never get to that area, right? But I think that's why it's worth dollar cost averaging into some projects that you truly believe in, right? So like the Bitcoin Cash has been around for a while. So in my opinion, I think it would be worth buying something like that. The MEXC, top 14, you're not going to become a multi-millionaire unless you invest a lot of money, right? But MEXC could go ahead and drop another 50%. It still could go ahead and do that realistically. It could go ahead and drop another 60%. So imagine if you were the person that ended up buying the top right here at $2 back in 2021, almost $3, then ended up dumping all the way down to 38 cents. And then you ended up buying more on the dip at $1 because you thought I was going to go up higher. Well, guess what? Look, ended up dumping even more. So it's down, 50% almost. And I think it could go ahead and touch those areas of the 30 cents as well. I think MEXC, I remember buying MEXC at like 10 cents, bro. If I can remember last bull run. See, and the reality is a lot of these tokens might never get to that price. They might never actually get back to their all-time lows. And with that being said, I mean, look at this, 0.00, and then ended up mooning all the way up to $2. So this is kind of the reason why, in my opinion, I think it's worth understanding technical analysis and understanding, an uptrend or a downtrend. or a reversal, just having some basic understandings of how to read some charts, because you would have been screwed if you bought this top right here, if you ended up buying this top again thinking it was going to hit $2 and ended up dumping, and if you keep on buying this dip and then Matic ends up dumping another 50 to 80%. And if you don't have like all this kind of money, then you're going to be kind of screwed, right? You're going to be like, snap, dude, like I see every other token pumping and I still haven't broken even on Matic, right? And that's kind of the issue right now too, that you also have to go ahead and think. So we have to ask yourself, are you in this game for the long run? Like, are you here to go ahead and think, 10 years plus? Or are you here to go ahead and think short term? And if you're thinking short term, in my opinion, I think the best way to go ahead and do that is by swing trading, leverage trading. Really, really risky. If anything, you could probably lose a lot more money. Actually, I'll take that back, because at least with leverage trading, you could go ahead and put a stop loss if you really want to go ahead and day trade this market, right? But if you're making $1,000 to $300 a day, that adds up, right? And now you could go ahead and throw in that money into any of these projects, but you're still making extra passive side income, active income from your previous passive or active income that you currently have, right? So I think that's kind of the strategy that I'm doing right now moving forward, is that I'm not really investing even on the altcoins. I'm not all in. I'm literally just sitting on USDT and just being ready to buy any dip or any opportunity that I truly do believe in, right? So I had some USDT sitting. I ended up buying Dork Lord, which obviously didn't play out. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm not like sad about it. I knew the risk and I understood the reward behind it, and I also understood the mindset behind it, right? Back in the day, I would have been like holding that Dork Lord or any meme token until it went up, thinking that it's going to go up. And then I would remember getting rugged towards the end, and the developers or the founders literally taking all their tokens. And now you're left with, when you could have pulled out of your $1,000, let's say $400, now you're pulling out zero because the team no longer exists. And that's kind of the issue with the meme coins, right? And also a lot of the other, high risky altcoins. Like, for example, I know an altcoin that it's really talked about a lot is Gala, right? Gala has a lot of utility. I've been looking into Gala, but I've been having some issues into trying to play Gala. But if you look into Gala, look at where it was at back before the last bull run, and then how high it ended up pumping. It ended up pumping at 71 cents. Right now it's below that. It's almost at, all-time lows if you kind of really consider it, not considering it back in 2021, which we don't know if we'll ever get to those prices, right? We're almost there. I think we could probably go ahead and dump still another 80% on Gala, in my opinion. But if you go ahead and see this for the year, it's down 63%. So imagine if you were really buying the dips on every of these tokens because you're thinking that it's going to go up. What if Gala is no longer here next bull run? What happens if you invested over $10,000 really thinking that Gala was going to be the next revolutionary, platform of Web3 gaming? And let's say the metaverse never really happens next bull run. What if it happens in another second cycle? Well, you're screwed, right? You're pretty much screwed. And I think that's kind of the mindset that we have to understand with crypto, is that yes, I believe in blockchain, I believe in crypto, but also my mindset has switched, right? Because I used to trade a lot of stocks, and that was really the move. And if you really look at stocks, the stock market is not going to get replaced. The stock market and the forex market, which is like the currency market, which technically crypto is in, it's never going to leave the space, right? And a lot of people are banking on the hype of AI, of new technology, blockchain. Blockchain is here to stay, right? But 99% of the companies will go ahead and fail if they really don't go ahead and provide some real utility behind it, right? And the people that are going to be very, very successful are the people that are going to be patient on waiting for it to dip at a time that they feel comfortable buying, and then they're going to go ahead and buy in. You could buy Gala, let's say at $100. Yeah, so you buy in Gala at $100. How much would that be? $100. You'll go ahead and get about $7,600 or 7,600 Gala, right? Let's go ahead and say Gala calculator, and I want all of you to go ahead and think this, right? Because I'm going to go ahead and be making another portfolio on CoinMarketCap, where we're gonna go ahead and jump into the galas, into a lot of these like really low cheap altcoins right now that are literally like no one's paying attention to, right? So like let's say you get 7,000 tokens off of Gala, right? And let's say Gala, if we go ahead and look at their CoinMarketCap, we're gonna go ahead and see, let's just go ahead and compare it, that it goes up to 0.05, right? Let's just say 0.05. Your $100 is now $350 if it goes to that price, right? Which is not life-changing money, but now you're only risking $100. But let's say out of those 7,000 tokens that you now have, let's say it does reach its all-time high of 71 cents times, or I think it's like this. Wait, is it 0.70? Yeah, that's $4,900 if I did my math correctly. That's $4,900. Let's just say even hits $1, right? Just to do the math easy and so I won't make it all confusing. Let's just say Gala does hit $1 that next bull run, right? Out of that $7,000 that you invested into the coin, it now becomes $7,000 that you have. So you only risk $100. So let's say you do that with multiple projects. Let's say you find multiple lower cap altcoins when you're throwing in $100. Let's say you have $1,000. You're like, hey John, like literally, like I'm running on a budget. I mean, inflation's high, man. Like inflation's crazy. Even if you have a pretty like well-paying career or job, whatever the case is, if you're making some decent amount of money, inflation it's not keeping up with your lifestyle, unless you have a kind of job that it's really performance based and it's really not too related to the market. But even sales, there's still money to be made. But I'm sure a lot of the salespeople previous pandemic, when there was free money, they're not making the same kind of money they were making today. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure some of them might, but most of them probably are not, right? Especially if they were selling a solution to a business that was more of a luxury, more than they actually needed. And now that a lot of companies are cutting down, they're not willing to go ahead and spend that, right? So I'm sure if your income hasn't been growing in the last couple of years and it has been keeping up with inflation. And the problem is that inflation is going up. You know what I mean? Everything's going up. Car insurance, your interest on your credit cards, your mortgages, rent, food, everything's going up globally, right? So like even if you were making decent money, 3-4 years ago, it's not the same compared to what it is now, right? Because of inflation. So like let's say you're only willing to go ahead and risk because you're at a tight budget, and let's just say $1,000. I think $1,000 is really easy to come across, right? You can go ahead and save that without having to go out too much if you're going and you're in a budget of investing, because I've been there, done that too, right? I've turned $1,000 into a couple grand. I'm sure a lot of you have as well, right? So I think $1,000, in my opinion, is a perfect area to go ahead and start off in your investment journey, in my opinion. Let's say you have $1,000 and you go ahead and buy 10 different projects with that, right? So let's say out of those 10 different projects, let's say only 6 of them really go ahead and do what it's supposed to do, right? And let's say out of that $1,000, most of your investments, like even if they do on the low end, they do a 30x, you're gonna be making about 30 grand. And let's say we do go ahead and hit a bull run, right? And let's say realistically, out of all those tokens, you hit it big on one of them, which is not going to be the case. You're probably only going to hit it big on out of those 10, you're probably only going to hit it big on 5, let's say, right? And let's say out of that $1,000, you somehow hit a 100x with all your tokens in there. So realistically, you could go ahead and make 100,000, depending on the situation you are in life, right? $100,000 could be a lot for you. 100,000 cannot be a lot for you. It just depends on what your investing strategy is and how much you're willing to go ahead and be patient. The goal is to go ahead and grow your money, right? Because with 100,000, it's not going to be life-changing money for a lot of people. But let's say it is. And let's say for those that are like, John, bro, 100,000 is not a lot of money to me, which I agree with you, especially now with the cost of living and inflation and all that. Let's say now you take that $100,000. Out of that $100,000, let's say you only invest, let's say $10,000 now into a lot of these meme coins or altcoins, whatever the case is. And even if you do a 20 to 30x, which is on the low end, now you're able to go ahead and do that into 300,000 out of 10 grand. And keep in mind, you made 100,000, right? So you still have $90,000 left that you could have in gold, silver, whatever the case is. So in reality is, I think the goal would be is turning your $1,000 into your first 100,000 or even $10,000, and then from there on making smarter decisions and not losing all the money, right? I was looking at my portfolio, dude. I was looking at my portfolio recently on stocks. And I was thinking back yesterday because I'm gonna start trading stocks again. Hey, what's up, Billy? How's it going, man? How's it going, bro? And I was looking at my portfolio. I was like, okay, so like, what did I do to become successful when I was trading at the time, right? I asked myself that because you have to ask yourself that. And I remember the strategy of how disciplined I was, right? But if you go ahead and see the kind of money that I started with back in 2020. Which is like the time of the market to go ahead and invest in. And I kind of have a feeling this is the same feeling that we have, right? So I turned a little bit over $1,000, as you can see right here. I was at $1,000 and its all-time high back in December, which was actually higher, but I don't know why Robinhood doesn't show the full portfolio. It shows right here $24,000 back in January. $24,000, right? I'm not sure if you guys can see that. $24,000, and then the whole entire AMC bullshit happened, and then some other BS with some other stocks where like the brokers didn't prevent people from buying or whatever the case is, and prevented the short squeeze, right? So I literally turned during that time. I turned around $1,000. You could go ahead and say $1,500 into about 60 grand, right? It doesn't show it right there for whatever reason. It only shows about half. And the funny thing is that Billy was there too, when we were making these plays on options with AMC, GameStop, and all these other short squeeze stocks. And I think one of the biggest issues for me personally is that I was trying to make these millions overnight. I don't know why, man. Looking back is like, fuck, dude, I should have just like played it a little bit smart, but I didn't. And it is what it is. I was younger at the time. I was probably 21, 22, if I'm not mistaken. I'm 25 now. Just turned 25 a few weeks ago. So my mindset has changed, and I've kind of asked myself is like what I should have done without having to go ahead and make quick money, right? And I think it really all comes down to just being very, very patient. If I was very, very patient, I understood the market structure, which I now understand. At the time, I didn't understand. I knew how to trade, but I did not know how to go ahead and identify when trends were changing, when the economy was changing. I didn't understand any of this, right? Now I do. It took me many years to get to the point where I'm at today. I've lost a lot of money too, to understand that there's market cycles and everything, right? Just like there's a time to go ahead and invest in crypto, there's a time to go ahead and invest in the stock market, there's a time to go ahead and invest in real estate, there's a time to invest in different areas of the market, right? And that's kind of the thing that I realize now. I became a lot more knowledgeable when it became to identifying these market trends. Like I've literally been calling all these shitcoins dumping literally the last month. While everybody was bullish, I've been calling the dumps. While everybody has been cheering for Bitcoin pumping, I've been calling the dumps. While everybody has been calling the dumps for Bitcoin, I've been saying that it's going to go ahead and pump. And why is because I keep it very, very simple. There's some indicators that I use that are very, very simple, and they're free. They cost no money. They literally just, all it costs is for you to go ahead and understand it and just look at it. And that's really how when it comes to trading, right? You need to go ahead and understand the volatility. You need to understand how the market structure is. You need to understand and feel confident and comfortable with how the market moves. Now you're going to be able to predict almost every dump and every pump that happens in the market. And right now, for example, one of the biggest ones that I've been using is the DXY. I've literally called the dump and the pumps literally on Bitcoin and everything every time because of the US dollar index, which is called the DXY. And this is free. This is a free indicator. A lot of traders use this now, but a lot of people don't really identify it and look at it the same perspective that I do, right? And everybody has their own perspective in the markets. And I actually went as far as looking at the DXY in a monthly, right? And if you go ahead and see, I have actually did a lot of my research, and there's a reason why I'm very confident and comfortable that when this bull run begins, we're going to make a lot of money, but it's not the time to go ahead and do that yet. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the reason why, right? So if you're still watching right now, go ahead and stay for a couple more minutes. You're really going to be mind blown by this. I haven't talked about this in a while, but if you go ahead and go back, and they say history tends to repeat itself, right? And I've never had anybody in my life that's been ultra successful, that's been there through my hand and showed me any of this. I had to learn all this shit myself, and it's okay, right? And that's kind of the reason why I'm teaching you and showing you this, because I wish I came across someone like myself. If I had someone like myself telling me all this shit, man, I would have been a multimillionaire earlier on if I understood all the mistakes instead of me learning them by myself and nobody telling me, holding me by the hand and saying, hey John, look, you have to go ahead and look at this, you got to consider this. Most of the freaking people don't know shit when it comes to any of this. They don't know the economy, they don't understand inflation, they don't understand any of this. They just go around living in life complaining and bitching about why they don't have money, right? Just Big Billy says, I'm just the moon boy. And you know, if you go ahead and look back, look at this, listen to this very, very carefully. It's only going to take me 1 minute and I'm going to go in deeper. So I realized that on the dollar, US dollar, the DXY, back in like in the 1800s, 1980s, I think it was actually 1980s or 1800s, was Black Monday bank crisis. So let's go ahead and see when that was, because I want to get my days accurate, because I don't want to go ahead and be saying wrong information, right? Okay, so back in the 1980s. So Black Monday refers to the stock market crash that occurred on October 19th, 1987, when the Dow Jones lost almost 22% in a single day, which is a lot in stocks, believe it or not. That's like literally daily on crypto, right? Triggering a global stock market decline. So this was literally back in the 1980s. And that was a Black Monday bank crisis. And look how high the US dollar went, right? The US dollar went as high as 160. That means inflation was through the freaking roof. But guess where most of the millionaires and billionaires were made during this Black Monday bank crisis? Well, a lot of people made money on the upside, right? When the dollar was going up. They also lost a boatload of money if they were over leveraged, if they were living these crazy lifestyles, if they're buying all these luxuries and everything, right? And then there was a lot of new millionaires and multi-billionaires made during this time right here when the market was crashing. Why? Because they were buying assets all out on a discount. What's up, Johnny? How's it going, bro? They do this every 20 years, 100%, man. He's saying they do this shit every 20 years. So a lot of people made money when the dollar was going up. They made a lot of money when it was going down, right? But the people that got wrecked, and I'm sure you've met a lot of people that are like, dude, I remember back in 08 when I had all this money, I had all these Lambos, I had all this real estate, and I lost everything because of the crash. It's because they don't understand the market cycles, right? And nobody really does. Only people that really have a very, you know, smart group of investors and understand the market cycles. And I'm sure a lot of people that invest in real estate today and went through the 08 crisis, you know, the pandemic, which is something we're going to talk about. And that's the reason why I need you to listen to this. Understand how the market moves. But for the new generation, like our generation, most of us, if you don't have any wealthy people or peers around you that made money and made it big, you're not going to understand any of this shit. You're going to be like, bro, what are you talking about, right? But this is kind of common sense, but it's really not. And it's kind of sad that it's not. But if we go ahead and fast forward, we go ahead and look at back in the early 2000s, right? And what happened in the early 2000s? Well, the dot-com bubble happened. And if you go ahead and type in dot-com bubble, and you're going to go ahead and see what happened there, right? The dot-com bubble was a stock market bubble in the late 1990s, a period coincided with the massive growth of the internet adoption. So that's what happened. So kind of similar to what happened with crypto, right? Everybody talks about blockchain. Everybody talks about cryptography. Everybody talks about AI. Keep in mind, this shit has been around for years, but it's never been this hyped up, right? And we had that market cycle crash right there back in the dot-com bubble. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of stories of people saying, oh yeah, I remember back in Google, if I would have invested in Google, I would have been a billionaire, right? But most people don't do shit. That's the reality of the life. Like most people are just going to go ahead and say would have, should have, could have, but never really do shit about it. And you don't want to be that kind of person, right? It's like, it's okay if you missed it once, but if you miss it the second time, like, come on, bro. It's like, you have to be aware of what's going on in the world, right? And this is the reason why I know a lot of you are, and that's the reason why you watch this channel, is because you understand that there's cycles to the market. And if you don't understand, well, now you know. And the dot-com bubble happened, right? I'm sure you heard a lot of stories of people that made millions, billions in this, during this time. And then you had the whole entire market crash of '08 too, as well, with the real estate. It was happening around this time too. Then you fast forward right now, and then right now I'm asking myself, what kind of crisis are we in now? We went through Black Monday bank crisis, so that's when a lot of banks collapsed. We had the dot-com bubble that just happened back in the early 2000s, and now what crisis are we in? I think we are in a tech crisis, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of tech companies started back around during the pandemic, right? And now we're going into an area where AI is taking literally over. Like, a lot of jobs will be lost, and a lot of new jobs will also be created. And those kind of jobs that will be created are going to be anything in the tech sector, in my opinion, whether it's cybersecurity, whether it is AI, learning how to go ahead and code, engineer, all of that. I think those are the areas that you really want to go ahead and focus on if you want to make that new money that's going to be coming in, right? And if you look at the DXY, it's at 105. We topped in back in 113 back in December 2022, which I believe was last year, right? And we all remember how the crypto market looked then. I think the DXY is going to go ahead and hit these areas of $120. What does that mean, John? John, what the frick does this mean, right? What does it mean? Just tell me what it means. Well, it means that the market's going to look and take a bigger shit than what it already is, right? The market, overall economy is going to take a bigger hit. Expect higher inflation. Expect repos. Expect, people losing their homes. Expect a lot of crazy shit that's going to be happening in the next, literally coming year to, I don't know, a couple months. I don't know. And that's the thing. I can't predict, and I can't tell you, hey guys, by 2028, the world's going to crash and end. I don't know, man. I don't know. And nobody could really predict the world in that way unless you're in control of the world, right? Well, that's a whole different story. I don't have that kind of power or knowledge of who controls the world. But what I could go ahead and tell you is that we are going to go ahead and see the dollar hit $120 and probably even above. We might go ahead and go close to what the dot-com bubble did. The dot-com bubble ended up topping at 120. The Black Monday bank crisis ended up topping at the dollar being 160, which we definitely do not want to see it at 160, because I don't know how this world will survive. I think the world would probably almost collapse at that point, where it's like, it's craziness, and that could also happen as well, right? So I don't know. I could go ahead and think that the dollar's going to hit 120, and it maybe even goes up even higher. Maybe it hits 180, and the world's worse than what we really expected, right? But we can't predict that, and we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and focus on what is the controllable and what we could actually go ahead and acknowledge what happened prior, right? And what we could go ahead and say is that right now, this is not the time you want to go ahead and be investing into a lot of assets. You don't want to go ahead and be buying, some crazy ass fancy cars. You don't want to go ahead and be over leveraging yourself. You don't want to go ahead and be buying, real estate that you might not be able to afford later down the line, because I think, in my opinion, it's going to get cheaper. I think luxury cars are going to go down. I think you're going to be able to find a lot of, Lambos, maybe Bentleys for, I wouldn't say half the price, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to get a lot of their shit repoed coming in with this inflation, for those that are not aware of what's going on, right? Most rich people are going to understand this, and they're going to understand their cycles, and I'm sure they're probably going to be prepared. But a lot of people that are in the middle class, which doesn't really exist anymore, and are having these luxury goods that they had 3 years ago when the money was so easy to make and there was so much money into this market, new money, a lot of those people are going to go ahead and lose a lot of shit. And they're going to go ahead and lose a lot of real estate. They're going to lose a lot of luxury cars. They're going to be losing a lot of luxury goods, right? And that's when you and I start to make the most money. Why? Because we understand what is coming in, right? The economy is not going to get better. We don't need to listen to the damn Federal Reserve to understand what is going to go on. Like, literally, we did not have to, because we actually sat on this together. We watched the Federal Reserve, the Fed meeting yesterday, and it was bullshit. They said that the economy is stronger than they expected. Jobs are going across the board, and that's BS. We all know that's not true. We all know that's not true, right? And if you really believe what the Fed has to say, I really hope you wake up, because it's not true what they're saying. Like, all you have to do is just look around your surroundings. You're going to notice people getting their cars repoed. You're going to notice people selling their houses now because they're like, you know what, I'm going to get out before this market, or, this inflation is really eating me up where I can't go ahead and keep up. And you're going to start to notice a lot of these trends, right? You're going to start seeing a lot of jobs that were once here 3 years ago are no longer going to be here. And you're going to be seeing a lot of like high paying jobs, which are like AI, cybersecurity, and I'm sure there's a whole list. But all I could tell you is that I know AI and cybersecurity are here to stay, and they're going to go ahead and take over. And that's actually the reason why I'm going back into getting either my degree back in cybersecurity or getting some certificates, because you want to go ahead and have backups, right? You never know what's going to happen in the market. Can we go ahead and become retired and millionaires during this next cycle? Yeah, we could. But I'm also not going to go ahead and rely on that. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I could go ahead and do. And what can I go ahead and do is obtain more knowledge, become more knowledgeable of the market, and understand and get a new skill set other than just your typical kind of skill set that anybody could do, right? If you're doing a job that AI could go ahead and replace you, well, that kind of sucks, man. And if you did not see that coming, I can't say I feel bad for you, because you're seeing this all across the board, right? What's going on? You're having Uber delivery. You're having Uber, literally, they're working on autonomous vehicles right now. And what they're doing with Uber is that they're going to replace all their drivers as well. They're going to have AI do all of that. Right now, they're just going through the regulation of AI. They're understanding AI works on data. So it's all up more about data. What do you think they came out with ChatGPT? And it's free. Because now they're getting all that information for free from you to go ahead and make AI smarter. Johnny says, tell them the deep, bro. We talk about it in private. People would blow their mind, probably take off you because you're just spitting them too many facts. The feds, yeah, bro, it auto corrected my shit. Talk about the $2 billion that's gone with a win and no one knows about where or who took it. $200 billion gone in money stolen during the pandemic. 100%, man. And I'm glad, Johnny, Billy, they're all aware of this. I don't know to what extent, but I know they're aware to what's going on to the economy, right? And this is the thing that's going to happen, in my opinion. I think we're in a tech crisis. I don't know what that really means. I don't know. It could be something else. We're seeing, the pandemic going all across the board, which I can't really go ahead and talk about too much, because I've noticed my channel. I've noticed something going on with my channel too. So I have to be very, very careful with what I talk about, which unfortunately I really can't talk a lot about this stuff. But you're seeing right now, you're seeing COVID, you're seeing cases of this, this new variant that's coming on. So what is that telling us? I don't know. There might be another shutdown in the economy. And I think this is the reason why they're pushing towards the metaverse. They're pushing towards AI. They're pushing towards everything being online now. They're getting rid of gas vehicles. They're pushing more for electric, because now they're going to be able to have more ability to have more access to what you're doing, right? And that's the world that we're going into, and that's going to be the part of the new world order. We're going to have a new digital currency. I know a lot of you watch the channel worldwide, and some of your countries are probably already using a digital currency. You have a lot of countries. Let's go ahead and see what countries are using. And you're going to see what kind of countries are probably going to be using digital currency. So, okay, so June 2023, 9 countries that have digital currencies. India, digital rupees. EINR, or the e-rupee, is a tokenized version of the currency. The USA is, I think the US already has that, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what other countries are. I think this is it right here that we could go ahead and track. I've never really done this, and I've never really looked into it myself, but we all know about CBDCs, right? The centralized bank digital currencies. And a lot of these currencies and banks are working on coming up with their own digital currency, just like the US dollar. And it says right here, look at this article. I've never really looked into it because I really don't care. I know it's going to happen. It's all about like how can you go ahead and be aware of what's going to happen. As a study shows, 130 countries exploring central bank digital currencies. So what that should tell you is that the cashless society that we're going into now is going to be more truth, right? When was the last time you actually touched dollars? Hey, what's up, Tillery? How's it going, man? How's it going? Welcome, bro. Long time no see. I think Japan is using the digital yen. Yeah, I think Japan is. I know for sure Japan is already using digital. I know they accept a lot of cryptocurrencies. China is one of them too. Yeah, the U.S. By 2030, lots of cars will be electric. 100%, man. Lots of cars are going to be electric, and a lot of currencies are going to now be cashless. Like, I can't remember the last time I touched physical cash. Like, literally, like, I'm so used to paying with my phone when I'm ordering food, when I'm door dashing, when I'm Ubering food, when I'm ordering food from McDonald's. I use the McDonald's app. I use McDonald's points to go ahead and get free burgers, and I'm sure a lot of these restaurants are doing that now worldwide, right? So what is that telling you? Is that we're going into this digital age. Honestly, I'm getting to the point where, like, we're going to be paying with our hands or our foreheads. They got flying cars too. Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of stuff, man. If they have planes that fly, if you really think about it, it's crazy how, like, planes actually fly and how they're able to go ahead and keep up with long distances and all that. But low key, like, if you really think about it, planes themselves it's kind of a crazy thing if you really think about it. Like, who came up with the technology of understanding that a plane's gonna fly? Like, that's kind of mind-blowing, right? A lot of people don't think about this shit, and that's a problem with, I think, the society and the economy overall, is that people don't question things enough. It's like, why is Bitcoin here? Well, Bitcoin is here, and I'll tell you why. Bitcoin is here to go ahead and make you and I aware of the technology that's coming in with the centralized bank coins, the centralized digital bank coins. That's the reason why Bitcoin is here. I don't know. I have my own conspiracy with Bitcoin, honestly, that I'm not really going to go ahead and talk about, but I have my own conspiracy with Bitcoin. But I don't think there's a coincidence that we have all these Bitcoins, Ethereums, and all this shit, Shiba Inu, and this is really a way to go ahead and really prepare the masses for the big change that's coming in. And you're seeing, look at this, Citibank. Look at this, and I'm not sure if any of you have heard this, but where's the article with Citibank? Okay, so we have another one right here. Hong Kong presses banks to provide services for crypto companies. That's in Hong Kong. So we're seeing every other country besides the US, like always, not adapting to what is going on with the world changes, right? And we have Citibank. Look, if we go ahead and I actually put in Citibank wrong, that's why. Check this out, Citibank. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the bank Citibank, right? Citibank deposits and trade services on blockchains for institutional clients. So you're already seeing these banks trying to go ahead and get into crypto. So I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in crypto. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It doesn't matter whether you believe in Bitcoin, Shiba Inu. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. It really doesn't matter. Because now you have PayPal coming up with their own cryptocurrency that they already came out with, which is the PayPal stablecoin US dollar cryptocurrency, whatever. PayPal USD is a stablecoin backed by secure and highly liquid asset, buy and sell, hold and transfer in our app on our site. So a lot of crypto exchanges are now accepting PayPal stablecoins, right? So it doesn't matter whether you believe in blockchain or cryptocurrencies or Dogecoin, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want, or it doesn't matter what you think. What matters is the change that's going to happen in the world globally, and that's what's currently going on right now, right? And that's the reason why I'm very bullish overall with blockchain and cryptocurrencies. But I do believe that blockchain will go ahead and be used against us eventually. And for all those that do and are aware, blockchain cryptocurrencies, you could track Bitcoin, you could track who it went to, and all of that. Not specifically, it's through a number, which is called your what is it called, address. There you go. It's called your address, and it's a long digital number, right? And I'm sure over time it's going to get easier to identify a lot of this. There's already tools that you can identify where wallets went to and all of that. What I'm trying to say is that we're going to a digital age that they're going to be able to trace everything that we do through blockchain technologies, right? But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's either you join them or you complain about them. And we're going to go ahead and join the narrative of what they're pushing, right? The narrative is that blockchain is here to stay short term. It's what I'm trying to say. Not short term, long term. Blockchain is here to stay for the long term, whether you want to agree with it or you don't want to agree with it. AI is going to be here to take over. It's going to take over a lot of people's jobs. The only jobs that they're not going to go ahead and take are jobs that require, really hands to hands, whether it's, being an electrician, construction. I don't think they're going to take over that. Plumbing, what else? Probably not so much like landscaping. I'm sure there's already AI robots that they use for picking fruits and all of that. But what I'm trying to say is that some of the jobs are going to be replaced, but for the most part, this technology is going to help you make your job a lot easier as long as you adapt to this new technology, right? Tillery says money. Yeah, 100%, bro. GPS. They got flying cars. GPS. That's worse than the earth to the lawn because the battery won't break down, right? Johnny says, bro, it's because we are free country. It takes longer because we're a free country, supposedly. Except America is doing a lot of right now and asking the public anyways. Dude, I don't know. IP. Call the IP address. Circle K. What are you saying, bro? Are you an AI, man? You're making no sense right now. But yeah, that's what I'm pretty much saying, right? It's like, so what do you want to go ahead and do? Do you want to be the person waiting and holding off to and asking yourself, like, how am I going to make money in this market? Or are you going to go ahead and take action and be like, okay, so we understand there has been multiple bank crises. You have the Black Monday, you have the dot-com bubble. We don't know what kind of crisis this is. Maybe AI, I don't know. And it's maybe because AI is going to take over 99% of the jobs that really are not, like, you're not providing a lot of value is what I'm saying, So I think there's a thing with AI, right? AI cannot go ahead and create like an emotional thing, right? And that's the whole entire purpose of AI. AI is here to go ahead and think with numbers through math equations pretty much, as opposed to as a human, as we think emotionally, right? We think about sometimes like, oh, is this the right thing we should go ahead and do? We maybe sometimes second guess ourselves, whatever the case is, right? And AI is going to be like, bro, I don't care if you think the sky is purple. Well, the sky is blue because I have the equation that tells me the sky is blue, right? And that's kind of the power of AI. And so it won't go ahead and replace everything 100%, but I do think that most jobs will go ahead and get replaced. And we're seeing that a lot with like grocery stores or some places where they literally, all you have is self-checkout now. You're doing it yourself. And I know now like Walmart, it's like really pushing like their delivery services. Like I've been seeing that in Walmart. You could just park in the parking lot and you'll have the Walmart workers come out and load your bags for you. And that's freaking cool, man. Because I hate going grocery shopping. I hate going to the store. I hate like walking in there, dude. It's like, dude, I just want the shit that's more convenient for me personally. Like I like those services where now you could go ahead and get your food delivered to you. You could get your coffee delivered. You could get anything delivered now, right? Amazon's taking over too. And I think that's the world that we're going into, is that we're going to go ahead and soon no longer have actual like real locations where you go into the store and like buy a shirt, you go into the store, buy a watch. You're going to go ahead and put on your damn glasses, like your metaverse glasses, and you're going to go into the metaverse and try out the clothes you want. And with a click of a button, you're going to be able to see your character in there, and you're going to be able to see whether you like the item or not. And then you're just going to click buy, and it's going to come to your house without having an actual physical location, without you actually having to go to the store and buy a car. And we're already seeing that with the cars, right? That happened during the pandemic. You're able to go ahead and buy a car literally online, have it delivered in front of your house without having to be there in person. And we have that with Carvana, which is another, that's doing really bad right now. But what I'm trying to say is I think Carvana scaled a little too quick. But they have those services. Mercedes is now doing where you don't have to go ahead and show up to the dealership. You can just go ahead and order the car straight from your house and deliver it, even let you test drive it for a couple weeks. So you're having these services that are no longer needing people to go in there to grab them themselves. And I think that's where we're heading towards, right? PT Tim, get into tech and engineering for sure. Always a demand for good engineers. 100%, bro. I agree with you. 100%. MLC spooky story time coming soon. Nice. I'm ready for that, man. How's it going, Ryan? I hope you're doing well, bro. I appreciate you for always showing, support, even though you've been in the hospital. I've been seeing that, man. I hope everything's good. I really do appreciate all your support, man. Really, really, really does mean a lot, man. But yeah, Tim's right, man. I'm glad to see you here too, Tim. Hope you're having a great day today at work, bro. But yeah, Tim's right too. There's engineering is one of the biggest things. There's always going to be people that are going to require more of your brain cells, and that's what I'm saying. You want to, during this time of age, you want to go ahead and ask yourself, how can I become more value, right? How can I go ahead and become more knowledgeable in any space you want to go ahead and jump into, and be able to provide that true value that people are going to be like, you know what? This person's providing a lot of value. Whether you're a great artist that knows how to do something that not many people know how to do, whether you're an engineer, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I can't really think of stuff right now. But Johnny says they should be teaching our kids how to prepare for the real world, not learning hate and what gender they are in school. Supposed to be learning math, English, science, and history, real history. Yeah, I mean, even all that, man, I agree with you, but I think even all that, when it comes to public schooling, in my opinion, I think a lot of it's all like they're using psyops, man. We live in a world where we all been conditioned and programmed to like believe something, and we're believing that narrative, right? And now in the world that we're living into, because there's generations that are not going to be here anymore, right? And the generation that's here to stay is going to be the generation that we're in, right? The younger generation. And I don't think I'm that young, but the generation that I came from, I'm sure no one's going to ever be able to experience that in this new generation, right? Whether it's technology, whether it's living a pretty fun childhood, not being in electronics all the time. And this is a change of the future that's being changed, right? It's like my target group. It's anywhere between the people that are around my age group that they're trying to go ahead and change. And I'm not allowing that, that's why I have my own mind. And I've always had my own mind. I've always questioned a lot of stuff in the world, as I believe everybody should. You should all have your own free will of thinking, and you should go ahead and believe in whatever you want to believe in. If you believe that that Bitcoin is the best asset, then believe it. It doesn't matter, as long as you're happy and you believe it, right? But if you don't believe in what is going on, well then that's kind of a big problem in my opinion, right? I think opinions are good. If we all had the same opinions, it'd be a boring world and life to live in. I don't want people to think like me. I just want people to go ahead and pivot off the information that I'm saying, right? It's like, hey, John, like I see that you're talking about the bank crisis and the .com bubble, but what if this is another kind of crisis? What if we don't go ahead and repeat the same history? And it's true, right? It's true. But if you really go back to history, it's repeated itself over and over and over again with a new kind of narrative, a new pandemic, a new story. It's really repetitive. It's kind of almost scary if you really think about it. It feels like world is like a huge video game that you live in. But that's some like other woke stuff, craziness that I'm talking about, right? But what I'm saying overall is that you have to be very, very careful when it comes to this market, because there's a lot of money to be made, but there's also a lot of money to be lost, right? And you don't want to be marrying any of these projects. Right now, the projects that I invested into, the meme coins, I already mentally took an L. And I'm like, okay, I lost this money. It is what it is. If it turns out the opposite way and I make money, well, then I made a lot of money. But if I didn't, it is what it is, right? And that's the reason why I made today's video, today's live stream, is because I want to go ahead and talk about and mention that a lot of these projects are no longer going to be here in the next coming years. The ones that are more than likely going to always be here is going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be Ethereum. It might be XRP, I don't know. Dogecoin has been around for such a long time. And Shiba Inu, Bitcoin Cash, and there's a few, right, that are going to be here. But most of these projects are probably not going to be here. If you go all the way back, all the way to the 92 page, probably half of these are not going to be here, man. Like, what is this? Look, you have another Dork Lord right there, which is not the same thing, I think. If you go to the 89th page, I haven't even heard of any of these projects. You have Trump CEO, you have Pigs Can't Fly, Pepe Doge, Papa, Pepe the Groove, F. Gary Gensler, Sadu, Rich Pepe. Like, I've heard of some of them, but like most of these are not going to be alive. Like 99% of these tokens are not going to be alive. There's another copy of Pepe 2.0. Like, can you believe the reality of that? Baby Jesus, Godcoin, Moonpot Finance. Like, a lot of these projects are not going to be here, so you don't want to go ahead and be putting money into these projects that might not be here. And I think that's the reason why, in my opinion, not financial advice, you should go ahead and be trading and or just saving up money and putting it in a sideline. Only invest $100. Only invest at the max $300 when it comes to these meme coins, because we're going to be failures right now, especially right now in the age that we're in right now with Bitcoin overall. Bitcoin's still doing its own thing, and we're gonna go ahead and see where things go moving forward. But the market structure hasn't changed, guys, and that's what I want to go ahead and let all of you know. The market hasn't changed. We haven't gotten any bullish news that the market's gonna do something good. The market is still doing the same thing that we've been talking about since the last literally couple months already, probably a little bit over a month. I've been saying how I've been bullish on meme coins, about meme coin season, but meme coin season is still not here. Can it go ahead and pivot by the end of the week? Yes, 100%. And that's why I think Bitcoin's going to go ahead and dump. I think Bitcoin's going to go ahead and do that pivot if we do that. If we do go ahead and do that pivot with Bitcoin, then meme coin season is going to start. But till then, I just don't believe that you should go ahead and be investing and throwing your money into a lot of these meme coins right now, because a lot of them are dead and they're going to go ahead and die, right? What's up? How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Subscribe for all those that are brand new. Johnny says they don't teach any of the kids real stuff in the real world that they use. 100%, man. Be Cashy, how's it going? You missed a lot, Cashy. you missed a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little walkthrough again, but you missed a lot. Johnny said they should be teaching how to open a bank account, how to do taxes, how to pay payments, how to teach them with loans and stuff like that. I agree with you 100%, man. What about Cardano? How's it going, Manny? Cardano is extremely bullish. I agree with you, man. Cardano is one of those projects that you do want to go ahead and buy into, not financial advice. But even with Cardano, right? Even with Cardano, if we go ahead and keep it very, very simple, because like this channel, I like to keep it simple, right? I've been that kind of person that buys the tops. I've been that person that's lost a lot of money. I've literally lost a lot of money because of not having the proper guidance of understanding of what I know today, right? And what my goal is for you to go ahead and avoid a lot of this and don't be what I did and make the same mistakes that I did, right? Because I made a lot of money and my life changed, but I also lost a lot of money. That my life literally changed because I lost everything, right? And I'm restarting my life all over right now again. And I could have listened to some people, but I didn't, because my ego was tuned away because I made a decent amount of money, right? But I also made the mistakes when it came to investing in crypto assets of not understanding the market cycles like we just talked about, right? So with Cardano, right, you asked me, what about Cardano, John? So if you look at Cardano, I love what Cardano does. And look, we're going to go ahead and see what Cardano does for all those that don't know. Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain platform that says it's a goal to allow change makers, innovators, and visionaries to go ahead and bring a positive global change. In short terms, to go ahead and say this, Charles Hoskin, which announced the fork of Cardano, pretty much was working with Vitalik, with the creator of Ethereum. So you could go ahead and look at Cardano as like the second Ethereum, and Cardano is supposed to be here to go ahead and solve the problems of expensive gas fees and all that, right? So with Cardano, in my opinion, if you go ahead and look at it right now, if you go ahead and compare it from its last bull run, Cardano hit as high as $3 almost. Let's just say $3 because it's 2.996. I'm sure it did hit $3. And with Cardano, I think it's going to be a $10 plus coin, right? But not many people are talking about it. And with Cardano, even though I'm bullish, I think Cardano could still go ahead and drop down to 10 cents and below, maybe 4 cents. Because I did mention how we could go ahead and expect a lot of these meme coins and altcoins to still go ahead and dump an 80%. I don't think the bull run is here, guys. It's not going to be here, unfortunately. I'm sorry to tell you. I know you might not want to hear this, where I'm like, hey, John, like, tell me that the bull run's next week. It's not. I'm sorry to tell you. The bull run is not nowhere. We're not nowhere near the bull run. And we could be, but we can't. And I think I think the bull run's going to be here in a year and a half, which is almost, you know, almost 2 years if you want to look at it that way, or it could be in 1 year. So the bull run still has time to go, and I'm glad there is, because I want to go ahead and make as much money as I can during this time, and I want to go ahead and buy a lot of these dips for a lot of these coins, right? But I don't want you to make the mistake of buying altcoins or meme coins that are not going to be here in a year. They're not going to be here in 2 years. You want to go ahead and stick to the real utility projects. Cardano is a good one. I would go ahead, and I'm thinking of adding this to my portfolio. I haven't added to the portfolio yet because I am waiting on a dip, and I might just go ahead and buy a little bit, right? Because 24 cents is not that bad if you really compare it to the price of what Cardano could be, right? But does that mean that Cardano cannot drop another 80%? It could. I think Cardano could go ahead and go as low as 4 cents, and I think then there would be a massive buy. You know, I think it could go down. If you look at it back in 2020, it was at 7 cents, and then as soon as it hit 7 cents, it went as high as $3. So imagine how much money you would have made, right? But if you're buying like Cardano's or altcoins, like right now, for example, like if you're buying, imagine you bought Cardano at $2.03 because your favorite crypto influencer said that Cardano is gonna hit $100 by the end of the year, and it didn't. That's reality. It didn't, and that's why I don't like giving price predictions of it's gonna hit a dollar by next month, because it's BS. No one knows. And look at this person. If the person said that if you were to buy Cardano at $2 and it was gonna hit $20 by next year, well then you've listened to the wrong person, right? And I'm here to go ahead and break your dreams. I'm not that kind of person. You might either like me or you might really hate me. You're gonna be like, man, this guy speaks too much of the truth that I almost hate him, right? And I really don't care, because my goal here for the community is to go ahead and tell you solely my opinion of what I truly believe in and what's deep down of what I believe is gonna happen. And I think that if you bought in at $2, the world's not gonna end. It's gonna recover eventually. I don't know when. It could be in 2 years, it could be in 4 years, it could be in 5 years, I don't know. But it's not gonna be in a year, right? Could it happen? Yes. Reality, it's not gonna happen. So what's going to happen with Cardano is that if you bought in around this area right here and you kept on buying the dip, kept on buying the dip, kept on buying the dip, look at all that time. You spent so much money buying the dip right here. If you understood support and resistance, which I talk about in this channel literally every day, I try to teach you how to go ahead and understand the market cycles, because I think even if you're not looking to be a trader, you should be knowledgeable enough to understand where the market's heading. You don't want to go ahead and rely your information on me. You don't want to rely on John telling you that Cardano is going to hit $200. You don't want that, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to become your own person, watch my live streams, agree to disagree to whatever extent you want, and then come up with your own opinion. That's what this channel is for. This channel is not here to go ahead and hype you up and tell you Cardano is going to be the next Bitcoin and it's going to hit $1,000 and that you should buy it. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you my opinion, give you my point of view. You might like it, you might not. Like I said, you might love me or you might hate me, and it's okay. I don't care. I don't want to be liked by everybody, right? I really don't care if you don't like me. I'm only here to give you information to those people that are really here to go ahead and learn and are here to go ahead and adapt to the circumstances of what is going on. And with Cardano right here, for example, I believe it's going to be here to stay. A lot of people hate on Cardano. They talk all this BS. I don't care. I think Cardano is a good project to buy, in my opinion. I think right now it's a little bit overpriced. I think 20 cents. If you really want to go ahead and buy the dip, I would suggest if you have $1,000, only buy in $100. Buy in $50 every week if you can. Not financial advice. I think Cardano, just like a lot of these real utility projects, are still going to dump another 80%. I think Cardano could go ahead and dump down to literally 4 to 10 cents, which is about half of what it is, right? But if you're putting in $10,000, let's say you buy in $10,000 of Cardano right now, and it drops 80 to 50%, let's say 50%, your $10,000 is now $5,000. And let's say next month or in 3 months, it drops 80% to 4 cents. You just missed out on a lot of money and a lot of cheaper options to go ahead and buy in, right? So like what I would suggest, in my opinion, is have some money to the side, slowly invest into this market, because we are not in the market that you want to put in a lot of money. Trust me, guys, this is not the market. Back then, I would go ahead and buy every dip. Not anymore, man. I learned from my mistakes. So what I would say is that I believe Cardano is at a good price, but I think it's kind of expensive in my opinion. I think Cardano is kind of a little bit overpriced for where it's at right now. I think Cardano could drop half of what it is today, and we don't know when, and I might be wrong. Maybe Cardano pumps tomorrow to the dollar. And that's kind of the reason why you want to slowly buy into these projects. I would suggest start off with a little bit. If you have $10,000 to invest, throw in only maybe $1,000, or maybe throw in $100 every week or $50 every week, and then just analyze how the market is doing. Cardano is not going to go up right now. It's not. Cardano's looking pretty bad to begin with. Look at it the monthly. It's struggling to break above 25 cents. It's struggling right now. I think it might go ahead and try to touch it one more time and maybe break it. If it breaks 25 cents and you want to do a little bit of swing trading, then yeah, I would go ahead and buy a bag at, once it breaks, the 25-cent area, then it would be worth buying a little bit. But if you see last month, it was at $27, and at $27 it has just dumped ever since. So you really can't time the market, but in my opinion, I don't think this is a time to go ahead and be buying the dips on a lot of these altcoins. I think Solana's overpriced. $20 is way too overpriced for Solana. If I could get Solana at $4, then it's going to be worth it. But if not, you can't. And you can't go ahead and catch every one of them. Any chance you've looked into Bitcoin Bull built on BCH network? I haven't, man. How do I check that? Tillery says pump and dump. 100%, man. Bull, depending on who gets voted on, 4 cents. I think so, Manny. I'm not saying 100%, but I think Cardano is going to hit 4 cents. I'm not. It doesn't mean I'm not bullish. But like, I want to buy Cardano at 4 cents. I don't want to buy Cardano at 24 cents. Why? Because if I buy Cardano at 4 cents, I could just get it cheaper. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't throw in $100 or $1,000. I'd be more than glad to buy Cardano, but I wouldn't go all in. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Like I said, Manny, Cardano could hit $1. But I'm just being realistic with what I'm seeing in the market, and me being realistic in the market, man. Unfortunately, like I said, many might like me, many might hate me, because I'm not this other moon boy that's gonna tell you that it's gonna go to the moon, guys. It's not, and the reality is that we still have to go through what Kashi asked earlier. Is like, what did I miss? You missed a lot, and I would suggest you to go ahead and go back to the stream and see what you missed. But pretty much what I just said, just to break it down without going into too many specifics, is that we've been having these multiple crises every couple years, right? We've been having all of this going on. Black Monday, dot.com bubble, whatever it's called, tech crisis maybe, and we're not nowhere near hitting the tops of the market of when it's going to dump. So I think the market's going to dump even more. And it doesn't mean there isn't money to be made. I'm literally going to start trading stocks again. Why? Because the stock market has been going up. Crypto has literally been going down. At this point, I'm losing more money on crypto, thinking that crypto's back in action. Crypto's not back in action, and it's not going to be here for a while. Why? Because we need all the banks, we need all the big corporate companies, we need the US to adopt and make regulations before they pump their bags. These banks, these institutions, you don't think the banks and institutions want to buy Cardano at an 80% discount? I know I do. I'm waiting for Cardano to drop 50 to 80%. Why? Because I want to get it at a discount. You don't think people are waiting for Solana, like banks and institutions are waiting for Solana to go ahead and go below $10? I think Solana is overpriced at $20, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think Solana is overpriced. I think Solana could go below $4. You don't think Bitcoin could go ahead and drop another 50% and probably capture Bitcoin at $21,000 or $18,000 again before the biggest bull run of history? Because we will have the biggest bull run in history, but it's not going to be today, it's not going to be tomorrow, it's not going to be next month, it's not going to be next week. It's not. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to break the news, the bull run is not here, and it's nowhere near being here. We're just getting started of the pain that we're seeing in the market. Same with inflation. If you think inflation is getting worse right now and prices of food and everything's going through the roof, well, just wait another 6 months and you're going to see where things are going to go. It's going to get a lot worse. I don't care what the Fed says. I see what the Fed is doing. I understand what the Fed is doing, right? And you want to understand what the Federal Reserve is doing, and that's how you're going to be able to understand where your investments are going to be going. You don't want to be listening to a YouTuber that's going to say that Cardano or Solana are going to hit $100 next week. You don't you want to go ahead and re-question yourself and be very, 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 very careful who you listen to, because you're not going to hear from me that you're going to hear, hey, buy Solana right now because Solana is going to hit $200. I did make a video on Bitcoin Cash, right? Because I believe in Bitcoin Cash. I believe Bitcoin Cash is here to stay. And I think, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but I really doubt it. But we're going to see. In my opinion, I think Bitcoin Cash could go ahead and surpass over $2,000 a coin. And a lot of you are going to be like, dude, John, $200 for Bitcoin Cash? I think Bitcoin Cash could drop another $100. I think Bitcoin Cash could be worth 50 bucks. Maybe even $100, and I'm gonna buy a lot of it because I want to buy a lot of the stuff at a discount, right? Another project I've been talking to you guys about, and this is how you're gonna know that I'm not biased with anything that I talk about, right? I'm very, very straightforward on this channel on what I talk about, and I tell you my true intentions, what they are from the beginning, right? I've been talking about how I've been very, very bullish on Unibot, and I've told you how Unibot is going to be worth over $500 plus a coin, right? And I was looking at it around this area right here, and unfortunately I missed it. And I've noticed, and I was doing this Fibonacci retracement, all this TA stuff, and I was able to understand when the market was going to go ahead and dump. And I told all of you guys, hey guys, I really like Unibot. I'm gonna buy a little bit of it, but I'm not gonna go all in because I think Unibot could go ahead and go under $40. Look at where it was at back in August. Unibot was at $200. I ended up buying Unibot right here at $125. I sold at $155 because I saw that the market was going to go ahead and change, and I took profits. Not that much. It was only a couple bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks of profits. And then guess what? It dumped. And I've been wanting to buy Unibot, but I've told all of you, hey guys, more than likely Unibot's going to get rejected at the $100 area, and it's going to come down to this area of support, which is $40. And look at this, it's at 50 bucks. You don't think I'm excited and happy because I have money on the sideline waiting to go ahead and buy up all these dips? A lot of paper hands are going to come. A lot of them. And it doesn't mean that Unibot cannot go below $40. It could. It could go down below $40, but more than likely what's going to happen, Unibot's going to pump all the way back up to $77, and then it's going to dump down to $30, and guess what's going to happen? I'm going to buy that dip. I'm going to buy that dip, and it might go ahead and pump another from 30 to 60, and it's going to come down probably to $10 to $20. And guess who's going to be buying around these areas right here? Me. I'm going to be buying around these areas. Why? Because I understand the markets. I understand the cycles of the market. I'm not emotional into like, oh, is it going to pump even higher? I'm not. I'm looking based on what I see with TA. And that's why I haven't bought Unibot. And I'm very, very bullish on Unibot. I've been talking about how bullish I am with Unibot. And I'm going to wait until it hits 40 bucks to go ahead and buy some. Why do you think inflation is going to get worse in 6 months? Manny, so this is the reason why inflation is going to get worse in 6 months. So inflation, every time the US dollar goes up, because the US market, whether you're in the US market or not, but US market has a lot of influence globally. Unfortunately, I hate that, right? Why is the US there? I don't know what. But the reason why inflation is going to get higher is because if you look at the DXY, every time the US dollar goes up, inflation goes up, right? So we don't want the US dollar to go up in value because that means higher inflation. That means crypto gets hit. Every time the DXY goes up, higher inflation happens and the crypto market dumps. So why do I think that inflation is going to go up higher in the next 6 months? Well, the reason why I know that is because I've been analyzing the DXY, which is the US dollar index. It tells you how strong the US dollar is, right? You don't want the US dollar to be strong because when the US dollar is strong, it could be good if you're in a different country where you're exchanging dollar for whatever currency you have. But if the main currency is the US dollar and you live in a country where they're very heavily, using the US dollar, that means the cost of everything is going to go up, right? So if the dollar is stronger, that means the cost of everything is going to go along with it. Why? Because the dollar is now stronger. So we need the dollar to go ahead and drop down and fall, meaning we need the economy to take a hit in order for inflation to go ahead and go down. So as long as the US dollar continues to go up, which it will, everything's going to become more expensive. So for the US dollar right now, if we analyze the US dollar on the monthly chart, we could go ahead and see that the US dollar right now is getting close to go ahead and break this area of the 105, and I think it's already gonna break. Trust me. I think I don't want to say trust me because it's solely my opinion, but I could really tell you that in my opinion, I really do believe that the US dollar and inflation is going to go up higher in the next 6 months based on the DXY. Looking at the monthly, this is going to go ahead and break above it, and we're going to go ahead and see the US dollar go up in value, and the crypto market is going to crash very, very heavily. Bitcoin's going to get hit, and then from Bitcoin is going to be altcoins. Altcoins are going to be getting massively hit, and then we're going to get meme coins getting destroyed if the US dollar goes up, right? And the US dollar, looking at the monthly, is giving us a sign that it's going to go up. We're seeing that the US dollar took a little hit the last couple months, back in June, back in July. That's why we had Bitcoin go up, and now we're having that reversal. So now we're breaking towards that area of resistance, which is telling us that the US dollar is going to go up higher. Meaning, even if we see this MACD right here, it's about to cross, it's about to go up, and it's going to show us a sign of an uptrend. So right now we're at a sign of an uptrend to go ahead and break it down the most simplest format. And that's the reason why inflation is going to go up in the next coming months, and that's why I'm still bearish in crypto. It doesn't mean you can't make money. You can still make a lot of money in crypto, but you need to be trading these markets. You can't be holding on to these coins. You can't be always buying a dip expecting that you're going to become a millionaire in a week. You can't be doing that. You need to go ahead and come in with these markets understanding what is going on, right? We've been talking about the DXY ever since right here, since the last Fed meeting, not the one that just happened yesterday, but we saw the US dollar crash, and then we saw it go back up, and I said, hey guys, it's not going to look too well. We're breaking through these areas of resistance and support. We're holding pretty nicely, and what the US dollar has been doing, it has been building this staircase up, down. It pumps, it dumps for 2 days, it dumps for 1 or 2 days, and it just keeps on pumping and dumping. And look at it where it's at right now. It pumped, and right now it's more than likely probably going to go ahead and dump, retest these areas one more time, and then go staircasing back up. Even if the dollar goes down to like the 103 area, which I think is very, very doable, I think it still could go ahead and go back up. So overall, it's giving us signs of the market that the US dollar is going to go up, and that's the reason why I believe inflation is going to go ahead and continue to go up. I think the goal is with inflation is to go ahead and destroy as many people as it can, have more people dependent on the system, which is the lending system, the banking system, you know, being more dependent on credit cards. And then once the debt bubble pops, from the US at least, the US debt bubble, I think they're going to go ahead and pull the rug on a lot of people, and you're going to be kind of left with nothing, losing your house, losing everything. And that's the goal, in my opinion, that the Federal Reserve wants to go ahead and do. They really want to go ahead and eliminate the middle class, and the only way they're going to go ahead and fully eliminate the middle class is by pushing inflation higher. So I don't expect them to go ahead and come out with a solution anytime soon for inflation. I think they're going to go ahead and allow this market to continue to go ahead and dump, at least for the crypto market, because the stock market has been doing well. Like, people have been making a lot of money in the stock market, and that's why I'm now going to be trading the stock market a little bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and try to buy the dips on some cryptocurrencies, but not go all in, because cryptocurrencies are still going to go ahead and take a hit. But do expect higher inflation. It doesn't mean you can't make money in this market. It just means that it's going to be very, very volatile. And depending on the market that you're trading on, you're probably going to lose a lot more money if you're expecting a bull run. If you're trading this market, you can make money both ways, shorting and longing the market. And that's why I believe, in my opinion, that higher inflation is going to be expected in the next couple months. In the next 6 to 8 months, it's going to happen. I've been calling this out literally for probably a year deep in, and the economy has just gone worse. So I don't want to go ahead and say that I'm an expert at predicting any of this, but what I could go ahead and tell you, that the way I've been seeing how the market has been moving, I've been kind of calling every top and bottom in this market so far. I could be wrong, and I would go ahead and own up to it. So that's why you have to take everything I say with a grain of salt and do your own research and come up with your own opinions. But so far, my opinions have been correct. I've been telling a lot of people inflation's going to go up higher the last couple months, literally a year. I've been telling everybody inflation's going to go up, gas is going to go up, repos are going to be coming, houses are going to be, coming down. There's going to be a hit in the market as well, and all of that has been happening. So I don't want to be the person that says I told you so, but I do want to go ahead and say that the reason why I'm able to predict what is going on is because I'm looking at the indicators of what's moving the market, and what moves the market is the US dollar, and that's the way I'm able to predict how the economy is going to do overall. And another indicator would be the Bitcoin dominance chart, which I talk about really heavily as well. And this is the way that I could go ahead and tell where Bitcoin's going to be heading, or the cryptocurrency market's going to be heading. And I've been talking about how Bitcoin dominance, in order for meme coin season and altcoin season to begin, we need to go ahead and have two things either happen. We either need Bitcoin to go ahead and top off at 70%, because that's usually the time meme coin season happens, or we need to go ahead and have Bitcoin dump below the 47.19% mark. And if we go ahead and dump below here, then it's going to tell us that we are in the meme coin season. Why? Because around this time, when Bitcoin dominance dump, this is the time when Shiba Inu was pumping, the Doges were pumping, the new altcoins were pumping, around these areas right here when Bitcoin was down. So in order for meme coin season to go ahead and begin, which has just literally been a headache, because I'm patiently waiting, and we all been patiently waiting for meme coin season to happen. And the only way we're going to go ahead and show that is if Bitcoin dominance dumps down to 47%. What does that mean? John, what does all of this mean? So in shortest terms is that we need less people being interested in being bullish in Bitcoin in order for meme coin season and altcoin season to begin. And we need the US dollar to go ahead and dump down for Bitcoin to go up even higher. And the Bitcoin's not going to go as high, because I think the DXY is going to go up higher, like I said, 120. So I think there's still going to be money to be made during this market trading, but you're not going to be making money if you're hoping for a bull run next month. So in my opinion, I would suggest all of you to start learning how to do, basic TA, understanding, how to read a little bit of charts, and you're going to be able to swing trade. A lot of opportunities will be coming. Bitcoin will pump to 40,000, but it doesn't mean it's going to be the start of the bull run. That means that Bitcoin's going to go ahead and come down, and I could go ahead and show you all of this, right? We could go ahead and say safely that I do believe that this is going to happen to Bitcoin, right? We're going to go ahead and see Bitcoin hit 40,000. People are going to be cheering on. They're like, yeah, we're back in a bull run, and people are going to go all in and get wrecked right here. A lot of people are going to lose money right here. But the people that are aware, like myself and you guys, because all of you guys are watching, so now you're aware, right? Now it's going to be all the way up to you whether you want to understand what I'm telling you, because this is all facts. Whether you want to believe me or not, I'm showing you proof. And if you don't want to see the proof, then I don't know what to tell you. There's really no way of helping you any other way if I'm showing you, the proof of what I'm telling you. This is not me coming out. This is not me coming up with a John's conspiracy. This is not a John's conspiracy. This is the truth. This is facts that I'm showing you. And if you're watching channels that are telling you otherwise, I don't know. You might have to consider watching them, because they're not telling you the same thing. And what I could go ahead and tell you is Bitcoin's going to hit $40,000. And if you're watching the channel, and if you're subscribed, and if you're smashing the like button, and you're still watching this, you're not going to be getting wrecked like 99% of people will. But for those that might not be watching my channel, they're going to get wrecked right here. They're going to think that we're back in a bull run because Bitcoin pumped to 40,000. Can it pump to 42,000? Yes, it could pump to 42,000, but more than likely there's a very strong area of resistance around the $40,000, which is around $37,000 to $39,000 on Bitcoin, right? And we're going to go ahead and get rejected right here. And what's going to happen is that we're going to go ahead and come down. Does that mean that Bitcoin is dead? No, that means that meme coin season, altcoins are going to be pumping when Bitcoin hits $40,000 and comes down. We're going to have a massive, nice little bull run. We're going to be making a lot of money. Now, the goal there is to take your profits, because the market is going to come down. And that's what's going to happen. Bitcoin's going to hit $40,000. It's going to go ahead and dump all the way down to 26. It's not going to happen overnight, guys. Consider that. It might even go ahead and dump as low as $21,000, which I think is very, very doable. But I think realistically, it's going to pump to $40,000. It's going to dump all the way down to $24,000. And then guess what's going to happen? It's going to go back up. It's going to probably hit 47,000. I think that's the next area. Then it's going to dump all the way down to $39,000 Bitcoin. And you're probably already seeing this, like, oh snap, dude, you're right. This makes sense. This all makes sense now, right? And then guess what? After Bitcoin dumps from $47,000 all the way to $39,000, guess what's going to happen? Well, it's going to go ahead and pump. And by this time, maybe if the ETF approval happens, we might go ahead and pump all the way up to $60,000. And then we're going to go ahead and dump all the way back down to $45,000. And people are going to be sad. They're going to be, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. Everybody and their mom's going to know about crypto by then, right? And then this is where the biggest bull run's going to come, right, guys? It says right here, 2026. I don't know. I think that is going to be possible. 2026 to 2025, I think that's when it's going to happen. And then the biggest bull run of history that we all waited for, almost 2 years patiently, Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000, and multi-millionaires and billionaires will be made during this time right here. So you could either be the person that trades these markets and makes money every time the market goes up or down, and you make money, or you could be the person that just waits 2 to 3 years and buys every dip right now without thinking about it. You're like, John, you know what, bro? You could be right, but I really don't care, and I really don't want to listen to any of this. I just want to know when I'll be a millionaire. Well, just continue to buy the dip then, and just don't be aware of the markets and buy it for 3 years, and hopefully the coin you're buying into, it's still alive. But this is the reason why you want to understand Bitcoin. You want to understand the DXY. You want to understand Bitcoin dominance. Why, guys? Because I've been on the other side of the field. I've been the person that got wrecked and lost everything when Bitcoin went right here and when it went right here. And I literally lost everything. I was making good money around these areas, and I lost everything all the way coming down. And I believed that Bitcoin was going to go ahead and be the next big thing, and it was going to keep on going up, and I lost everything. Literally lost everything. So you could go ahead and decide, and I told myself that's never going to happen to me again, because as the saying says, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or some shit like that. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, right? I didn't understand any of this. But when I started analyzing a lot of this, and I started questioning everything, is like, why is Bitcoin at these areas? Why is the DXY doing this with Bitcoin? Why? And I was like, snap, dude, the master plan is here. Something that no one ever told me is the reason why. So that's why that's the reason why I'm able to predict these markets a lot more. I've called most pumps and dumps in the meme coin sector, on altcoins, and on Bitcoin, because I understand Bitcoin dominance and the DXY. Those are the only two things you need to know, and you'll be like almost like a genius, literally. Like, you'll be able to call almost every top and bottom on Bitcoin and crypto, literally. And you're gonna remember this, you know. You're gonna remember when you're like, oh snap, John was right. Bitcoin did go to $40,000, and the friend that never talked about crypto is now telling me about Shiba Inu. That's the time you want to sell. When your friend is talking about cryptocurrency that's never talked about it before prior with you, that's the time you want to go ahead and sell. When your mom's asking you, hey, how is that Shiba Inu doing for you? That's the time you want to be selling, because that means that now that is a time when you begin to sell. That's the time when retail gets slammed, and it's a recycle that gets repeated over and over and over again. Hey, how's it going, Dr. Bullseye? Great to see you, man. Johnny says, isn't there another way around if you want it to go up so that inflation goes down? The only way inflation could go down, bro, is if the US dollar crashes. So in reality, we need the global markets to crash. So we really do need the markets to go ahead and crash. They're going to go ahead and inflate money again. They're going to bring in easy money, and they're going to go ahead and pump this market. It's literally a pump and dump, man. It's literally a massive pump and dump. It's almost crazy. Like, as soon as I realized this, I was like, dude, like, I feel like the world that we live in is fake. But that's a whole entire different thing. Because then stuff gets cheaper when your money's worth more. No, it's actually the opposite. Stuff only gets cheaper when your money's worth less. Jonathan's today's payday. Wrap this up, my boy. We need to get it out to check it out. Hey, what's up? How's it going, OG? I hope you're doing well today, man. Ryan, super charting, John. I totally agree with you. I appreciate you, Ryan. Nice content, bro. Thank you, Bullseye. We definitely got to collab, man. OG Poet says, if you put $100 into BCC right now at 40,000 to 60,000 or even 100K, how much could a person make from $100 investment? It just really depends, bro. So like, if you put in $100 on Bitcoin, it just depends on like how you're trading with leverage. Like right now, for example, I'm trading with leverage right now on Bitcoin, and right now I'm actually down 19 bucks. So if my play works out pretty well, which I believe Bitcoin's going to go ahead and go to 27,000 almost short term, and I put my stop loss. So if it doesn't, I'm only going to lose $50. But if it does, I'm going to get over $100 something in a day, which is not too bad, right? So it just really depends. Right now I'm trading with $214. And with my leverage is 48x leverage. So right now I have a $10,000 position. So right now it's as I'm trading with $10,000 without actually having $10,000. Does that make sense? I'm kind of borrowing $10,000 in order to go ahead and make a trade. So I put in $200 and I'm borrowing $10,000 with $200. The question is, John, that sounds kind of good to be true. Well, guess what? You can't take out that $10,000. You can only trade with it. And if you get liquidated, meaning if a price below the asset that you're investing in or thinking that it's going to go up or down, if it falls below or goes up at that certain area, let's say if Bitcoin falls below 26,482, I lose only $50. Out of the $200, I only lose $50, which is not too much, right? But I'm trading with a $10,000 position right now with only $200. And you're like, hey, John, so like, what does liquidation mean? Liquidation means that is the area that they'll take your money and you'll lose all your $200. So if Bitcoin falls below 26,186, that means I lose my $214 and it's gone. I can't wait for the market to go back up. I can't do any of that. My money's gone. And that's kind of the risky thing with leverage, right? You want to go ahead and know where to put your stop loss, when the market's going to go ahead and change. And not because I know all of this, it doesn't mean there isn't manipulation in the market. There's always manipulation in the market. So you can't just watch the DXY and Bitcoin dominance and be like, dude, I'm gonna make so much money trading. I'm sorry to tell you, but 90% of trading is psychology, 10% is patterns. So this is all psychology. So if this play turns out pretty well, I'm gonna make probably a little bit over, let's say Bitcoin does hit $27,000. Let's say right now, look. Let's say Bitcoin does hit $27,000 right now. Based on my position that I put in, I'll make $140 for the day if it hits today, right? Let's say Bitcoin for whatever reason pumps to $28,000, I'll be making $523, which is not too bad. It's not life-changing money. But if you can make $100 to $50 a day passively, then you're making extra money compared to most people that are waiting for Bitcoin to hit 100,000. Let's say I never sell my position and Bitcoin hits 100,000 or 80,000, I'll be making $20,000 off of $200. Obviously, there's risk to all of this. None of this is guaranteed. This is super, super risky. You can lose a lot of money. So I really don't suggest any of you that don't understand this to go ahead and invest into any of this. This is the reason why I show you Bitcoin dominance and the reason why I show you the DXY, because I would rather have you learn and understand it, and then you guys actually go ahead and learn what I'm doing, right? Like right now, I started leverage trading just recently, a couple months ago. I lost a good grip of money. You know, I lost on Pepe 2.0. I lost over 30 grand in a day. I made 30 grand in a day. So I've lost a lot of money in the last 3-4 months, right? And the only way you become a better trader is by understanding and learning from your mistakes and analyzing how you could go ahead and become better, right? So at the time when I made a lot of money with Pepe 2.0, I didn't know how to leverage trade. I didn't know any of what I know now. So I literally had to lose over 30 grand to understand how this market moves. So right now what I'm doing is I'm testing. I only funded this account with $300, right? I funded this account with $300. And right now I'm testing different strategies of what works, what doesn't work. I'm understanding the market, because you could sit here and read all the charts, but 99% of the time they're not going to happen. They're going to go ahead and dump because there's psychology of manipulating people. They're going to go ahead and purposely dump and have you lose money because they want to. And that's just the reality of the world and the reality of life. So you have to just kind of accept it and understand their game, right? You have to understand that the game that you're in crypto, you're literally fighting person to person. One person's believing the project is going to go up, the other person's believing the project is going to go ahead and go down. So you're literally in a one-on-one combat fight, and that's the way you have to look at this. This is the reason why you can't go ahead and fall in love with any of this. If Bitcoin doesn't hit the area that I think it's going to hit, I only lose $50 and I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I really don't care. But if it does pretty well, then I make some profit, and I really don't care either, right? Because the goal is to go ahead and put in more money into my account where I actually have a really good trading strategy. And the only way you come up with really good trading strategies is by losing money. That's the only way you can really go ahead and come up and understand what works for you. What works for me might not work for you. And you have to go ahead and look for your own strategy. You know what I mean? So that you have to really learn from like what you're doing in the market. So even if I teach you all of this, you might not be able to go ahead and make money in this market, or you might even do better than me in the market. You know why? Because you have your own strategy. And there's not a one size fits all. There's different people for different things. You know, there's people that leverage trade with 100x. There's people that don't leverage trade with 100x. There's people that leverage trade with 200x and make a lot of money, and there's others that don't. So it really all becomes, and it all comes out depending on what you feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm learning how to go ahead and psychologically, I'm learning how to go ahead and put stop losses and understanding when to go ahead and close my position, because right now I'm okay losing $300. But imagine if I go ahead and put up my account with $5,000 and I'm trading with like 100,000 plus, and I'm making the same mistakes. You're gonna go ahead and lose 99% of the time, right? So right now, that's why I'm only trading with money I'm willing to go ahead and lose. I'm okay losing $300 to become a better trader, or even $100 to go ahead and understand that, you know, oh, Bitcoin does this when it does this. You can't rely on patterns. You can't rely on anything that I just said. Unfortunately, you can't just, it's not as simple as I make it seem like. It's not that Bitcoin's gonna pump and it's gonna go to 40,000. It's not gonna just do that. I'm sorry, I know I made it sound simple, but it's not gonna happen like that. It's gonna probably pump, people are gonna get scared, people are gonna lose a lot of money, it's probably gonna drop all the way down and slightly gonna go up. It might even just do this, where it goes up like this, gradually, and then it dumps gradually. It might take 6 months, and then it's going to go down slowly. It might take 2 years, and it's going to happen that way. It's not going to happen where it just goes up, down, up, down, up. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to probably take, you know, 2 months for this thing to go ahead and pump back up around $30,000, or maybe a month. And then it might go ahead and take another 6 months before Bitcoin hits 40,000. And then from 40,000, it might take another 3 months to go from 40,000 all the way down to 25,000. Then it's going to take another 6 months for Bitcoin to go to 25,000 all the way to 60,000. So in reality, it's going to take time. It was good. He missed a lot of knowledge. Hey, Saeed, how's it going? How's it going? I missed the first hour of the live. I apologize, man. I said a lot of good things. I think you should definitely go ahead and go back after this whenever you get the chance. Tune in live, because I could answer any questions that you have. But after, you could go ahead and go back and watch everything. And comment down below any questions that you have right now. That way, so I could go ahead and answer them. Doing well. Just did the calculations. OG says, I just calculated that if you bought in at the current price of $1,000 that BTC went to 100K, you basically make 3K profit if you hold onto $1,000 investment until the new all-time high. Well, see, that's the thing, OG. You don't want to go ahead, in my opinion. If you want to buy Bitcoin Cash. Not financial advice, but if you buy Bitcoin Cash and you put in $1,000, how much can you go ahead and get out of a Bitcoin Cash out of $1,000, right? You're going to get about 4 Bitcoin Cashes. Bitcoin Cash moves with Bitcoin. Every time Bitcoin pumped, Bitcoin Cash has as well. And I believe Bitcoin Cash is going to be worth over $10,000 in the near future. So if you put in $1,000 as of today's price, not financial advice, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin Cash, and I will be talking about Bitcoin Cash literally all the time now. Bitcoin Cash for $1,000 right now, that's 4.81 BCH, right? Let's just say five Bitcoins, keep it minimal, right? Let's say Bitcoin Cash hits, $2,000, because that's what's going to happen, right? Not guaranteed, just my opinion. Last bull run, Bitcoin Cash hit $1,500. So next bull run, what do you think Bitcoin's going to hit? If Bitcoin gets the ETF, Bitcoin Cash is going to get the same thing. Grayscale, which is heavily invested into Bitcoin, which is an institution, is heavily invested into Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin Cash is the actual currency you want to go ahead and be trading your money back and forth. You don't want to be trading Bitcoin back and forth. Bitcoin, it's too slow and it's too expensive. It's like moving gold. Bitcoin Cash is the best alternative for buying and selling and transacting every day to day. Bitcoin Cash is the move. And I believe that Bitcoin Cash, because it's very invested into a lot of institutions, it's going to go up with Bitcoin as well. And we could go back all the way to 2017. Bitcoin Cash hit $3,000. And the low end, I think Bitcoin Cash can go ahead and be worth over $3,000 plus in the next 5 to 10 years. I think $10,000 Bitcoin is very doable in the next 10 years. But let's say for the next bull run, and you're like, hey, John, I just want to know what Bitcoin Cash will be worth in the next bull run. I think on the low end, it could be worth $3,000. And if you go ahead and multiply out of your $1,000 investment, you're able to buy 5 pretty much Bitcoin Cash, and if it's worth $3,000, that's about a $15,000 return right there, or $14,000. So to me, in my opinion, I think that's a pretty good investment. Even if Bitcoin Cash, let's say, only hits $2,000, that's about $10,000 off of a $1,000 investment, which Bitcoin Cash is almost certain to go ahead and hit that price, because institutions are looking at this very closely. And I know a lot of people hate on Bitcoin Cash, but I'm hoping to be that story where people are like, damn, bro, how did you call Bitcoin Cash so early on? It's because I followed the money. That's what you got to do. You just got to follow what smart people are doing. Follow what the big whales and people with money are doing. And that's exactly what I'm doing with Bitcoin Cash and a lot of these investments. I'm following where big money is heading. I see big money is investing in Bitcoin Cash. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to invest in Bitcoin Cash. I rather would go ahead and throw in $1,000 in Bitcoin Cash right now than Bitcoin itself. I think it's worth, if you want to play it the safer alternative, to throw in money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, if you want to play it safe. You're gonna win, but you're not gonna make a lot of money. But where you will make a lot of money is trading and buying altcoins. You just have to know when to go ahead and buy and sell, which I made the mistake the last couple years of my trading. I didn't know any of this, but I do know this today, and I'm using this tactics that I've been telling you about, and I've been actually coming up with a system that's been proven to make money over and over and over again. And that's just because I went through trial and error myself, and I figured this whole entire complex system that I'm testing right now, and it seems to be working. And that's why I'm not putting in a lot of money into this position right here, because I'm testing all of this right now. If I go ahead and really come out with this solution that I believe is working and will work, then I'm going to be able to come out with a really good winning system that could almost hit wins after wins after wins, right? So I've literally been testing this strategy with a Bitcoin thing for like almost a year and a half. I think maybe almost 2 years. And I've been analyzing the DXY with Bitcoin for over a year. And I've been testing Bitcoin dominance for a little bit over 3 to 6 months, I think. Maybe almost a year too. So a lot of these strategies are just taking time. So like the only way you can know a lot of these strategies is if you test them yourself through trial and error, or someone like myself tells you, works on the trial and error, and then tells you the strategy behind it. And then now you don't have to go through the 10, 20 years that I went through to go ahead and understand this. So it's all trial and error. OG says, Okay, John says, let's see. Sorry, I'm missing all the comments, but okay. So OG says, I hope SHIB and Pepe pump like crazy. That's where all the most profits on a long hold playing the long game. Yeah, Shiba and Pepe, I think, are going to be here to stay. Shiba is already 2 years plus into the making. They're coming out with their own metaverse. They're coming out with a lot of utility. I think Shiba is here to stay. The only time you really make a lot of money on Shiba is if you're throwing in $10,000 plus. I think you'll be making life-changing money on that. You could potentially, but Shiba and Pepe and all those are like almost like certain that they're gonna still win on the meme coin sector. You don't want to be investing into the Pepe 3.0 or the Pepe 4.0 or Dork Lord. No, you don't want to be putting your money in that. You want to be buying meme coins that have been here for the long run, such as Dogecoin. Dogecoin could probably be worth over $1. Shiba Inu, all these other meme coins are going to be here for the long run. So I do believe those are going to be here to stay. Johnny says BTC is a good day trader. If you're putting 10K on the low day and selling at the high end, you could get a few K a day. Yeah, 100%. You got to understand the battlefield. You are basically sending scouts to gain intel on the market, aka the battlefield. I agree with you, OG. OG is a very knowledgeable person, man. Johnny says, John, tell these guys that they need to sell to make money, period. So just listen to you don't get greedy. If you think the markets are going to dump, make the money then when you buy when it tanks doubling. Yeah, 100%, man. It's easier said than done. But yeah, I agree with you, I think right now one of the biggest things that I've been missing out on, it's really working your emotions. What I said is the psychology of trading. Once you get the down pack psychology of trading down, then you're able to make money consistently. When I was making money consistently, when I turned $1,000 into $60,000 in 6 months, was because I understood the psychology of trading and I was focusing on the longer term. I didn't care about the short term result. And right now I've had a bad habit of my psychology of trading, so that's why I'm focusing on the psychology of trading right here with trading, right? You want to understand when to go ahead and take profits, when there's going to be a market change. For example, with Shiba, I was up $100 yesterday, 120, and I didn't take profits, and I put my stop loss at below $5. So I told myself, I'm not going to go ahead and take profits because I think it might go up a little bit higher. But if it doesn't go my way, I'm only going to lose $5 instead of losing $300. So I ended up putting it below. I didn't cash in on the $100, which I'm now realizing back on my mistake, what I could have done better. Was there a market structure that changed? What did I do wrong? What can I improve, right? Because I'm not perfect, bro. No one is. Anybody that tells you they can guarantee you wins, they're lying. They've said this thing that the more you trade, the more you lose. The less you trade, the more you make. So it just really depends on what your style is, right? Right now, I'm looking for my style again. Do I want to be trading every day, or do I want to be trading once a week where I make money and I'm chilling? I don't think I want to trade every day because honestly, it's pretty stressful. Sometimes I'm just like sitting on the computer looking at the charts, waiting to go ahead and take profits. And I low-key don't like that because I'm doing very short-term plays. I'm not doing 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm doing short-term plays, 1 day in, 1 day out, or 15 minutes in, 15 minutes out. This Bitcoin trade right now is, I'm probably going to close my position today. I'm more than likely going to go ahead and close my position today. I think Bitcoin probably go ahead and hit around the areas of 26,744, maybe even higher, and then I'm going to go ahead and close my trade because I'm going to go ahead and open a short because I think Bitcoin's going to get rejected at 26,915. So I'm trying to make money both sides of the market. I'm making money as it's coming up, and then I'm going to short this market down all the way down to $24,000 or whatever the case is. So now I'm making money both sides of the market. I'm not making money crossing my fingers waiting for the market to be in a bull run. I used to do that. That used to be me. No longer am I doing that. I'm learning how to adapt to the market, and that's what you have to go ahead and find. Do you want to be a day trader where you're sitting, hours or weeks or days looking at analyzing this, or do you just want to go ahead and be like, John, you know what? That's really cool what you're talking about, but I would rather just buy in $100 a week and then just wait 3 years for it to go up. And you could go ahead and do that. For me personally, I enjoy day trading. I enjoy sitting here at the charts looking at the positions, because not only do I become better as a trader, but if I become a better trader, I'm able to go ahead and predict more tops and bottoms, and I'm able to go ahead and tell you a little bit more. So I become more knowledgeable, and I'm putting pretty much my money at risk for you guys to all go ahead and learn. So go ahead and smash that like button for me, subscribe, comment down below. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best trader, but what I could go ahead and tell you that I'm very, very adaptable. So I'm willing to go ahead and learn from my mistakes. I'm willing to go ahead and become better every day. And I think that's what makes someone more successful. Are you willing to become better every day? Right? And that's what I could go ahead and tell you that I could guarantee you that I do every day, is I try to go ahead and become better every day as a content creator, as a trader, to go ahead and provide you the most value for you to know, and not go through the same trials and errors that I went through. I've made a lot of money, but I could probably tell you that I lost a lot of money because I didn't have someone like myself telling me any of what I'm telling you today. So you're literally going through what I went through at a much quicker pace without having to do the same mistakes. So smash that subscribe button for me. Saeed says, yes, sir. I'm just excited to see where we're going on this market. So the market's going to be very, very volatile, man. So be very, very cautious with that. I think meme coin season is around the corner. I think Bitcoin's going to go ahead and be dumping temporary. And I think crypto is going to be taking a hit overall. I don't think a real bull run will happen until 1.5 years to 2 years. So I think, let's just say 2 years, that's when Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies are going to make new all-time highs. But it doesn't mean there isn't money to be made in the market, right? There's going to be a lot of money to be made in this market, but it just depends on the kind of mindset that you go in after. I'm going to be investing in a lot of these altcoins, and I'm going to be selling them. I'm not going to be holding them forever. I'm going to be selling them, buying and selling, making all that money during this volatility, because right now there's volatility, and that's where you want to make your money. After, when the market comes down, that's when you want to go ahead and buy in at the bottom. You're not going to go ahead and time every top and bottom, but you could precisely when you're looking at these indicators, and then you're going to be able to buy in, wait 2 years, and then you're going to have a bag. It sounds very, very simple, but all you have to do is just be patient. I've been the impatient person where I want to make money quick right now, and I've lost a lot of money that way, and I've also made a lot of money. But now, as I'm growing older and I'm realizing what I did wrong, and I'm understanding and learning from my mistakes, I've realized that it's better to go ahead and make money gradually over time than make money overnight. It's a whole different mindset switch, you know? Saeed says Bitcoin is a very long-term investment that you should invest no matter if you hit it big or not. I 100% agree with you. Johnny says, I don't know how you don't have more people watching. I've been watching you for like 2 hours. Feels like 5 minutes because you're actually solid to watch. I appreciate you, man. Just Billy says you were a moon boy. 100%, man. I was a moon boy, 100%, and I admit it. And I got so pissed off, getting mad why I've lost money over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, dude, how are people still making money? Like, there's money to be made. Why? Because I've made money before. I've made money in this market. I've made, a good grip of money that I was living good. So I know it's real. I know it exists. But all I had to go ahead and ask myself is, what am I doing wrong now, right? And I was a moon boy. I didn't want to go ahead and agree when I was wrong. I didn't want to go ahead and see the signs that the market wasn't doing well. Why? Because I was hoping that the market was going to change. You could only hope so much, man. and I'm a really big believer. I'm a big, really, really big optimistic person. I'm probably like the most positive person you would ever come across with. But I will also be the most realistic person you'll ever come across with. You might either love me or hate me. I'll tell you your truth, and you're gonna be pissed, or you're gonna be like, bro, I really appreciate you for the solid advice, for getting me out of the mindset of what other people might think. And the people that we're in, the space that we're in crypto, most people are moon boys. They go on hopium. They talk about these crazy price predictions to go ahead and hit views, and because they also don't understand the market. In reality, most people don't understand the market, and I was one of those, because I used to watch these other crypto influencers that I'm not gonna name, that would say, oh, this is going to 100,000, this, and I'm like, oh, but this person said it's going to 100,000. Let me go ahead and believe them. And that's the first mistake I did as well, is I believed other people. You want to always go ahead and make sure you understand what they're saying. There's this one thing that I've heard from a mentor that he always says, always assume but verify. What does that mean? Always assume that the person, whatever they're telling you, is correct, but also go out your way and verify whether that information is reliable or not. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't want you to go ahead and agree with me. I want you to go ahead and be like, okay, John is saying all this stuff. He sounds like he knows what he's saying, but I still don't believe him. Let me go ahead and do my own research. That's what I want all of you to go ahead and do. I don't want you to go ahead and listen to me and then cross your fingers that the day that you want to know information, you're like, oh, I hope John talks about this project today because I don't know what's going to happen. No, I want you to be like, okay, so John taught me that this is this and this and that, and I learned this from him. Now let me go ahead and understand this myself. So let's say if you're really, really busy and you can't watch the streams or whatever the case is, or you don't want to watch my channel anymore, at least you left with an impact that you learned something new from me. And that's what I want all of you to go ahead and do. I want you to all go ahead. I don't want you to be dependent on me. I don't want you to be reliable on me. I want you to go ahead and learn from me, the good and the bad. Learn yourself, come up with your own conclusions, your own opinions, and then after you go ahead and do that, you're able to analyze the markets by yourself. And you're going to be like, oh, snap, dude, like John was right about this. And you're going to be like, oh, snap, I don't agree with John on this. And it's okay. We don't have to agree with everything. I don't want you to agree with everything, but I just want you to go ahead and open your mind a little bit and then go ahead and come up with your own conclusion. That's what I want you to go ahead and do. I don't want you to go ahead and invest in any of the projects that I'm telling you. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying. All I'm here to go ahead and show you is show you the reality of the truth. And sometimes the reality of the truth is in front of our faces. So whether you want to believe me or not, you don't have to believe me because what I'm telling you is factual. You can go ahead and see this on the charts. You can go ahead and see that Bitcoin more than likely is going to hit these areas. It's not 100% a fact that it's going to happen, but I could go ahead and go based on what we're analyzing, and I've showed you all the proof that you could go ahead and analyze your markets yourself. Maybe you might think, hey John, I think Bitcoin might go ahead and drop to 18,000. Well, that's fine. Come up with your own conclusion as to the reason why you believe Bitcoin's going to drop down to 18,000. So I'm not here to tell you that I'm 100% accurate, but I'm here to tell you that I'm going to be able to predict the market a little bit more than the average crypto influencer because I understand the markets. I understand that the DXY. I understand Bitcoin dominance. I understand Bitcoin. Most shitcoin traders hope and cross their fingers that the shitcoin's going to go up. I don't. I look at the factual stuff. It all relies on Bitcoin, it all relies on Bitcoin dominance, and it all relies on the DXY. And I'm going to be repeating myself over and over and over again because it's that simple. People overcomplicate everything in life. It doesn't have to be that complicated. DXY, Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin is all you need, and you're set. You don't need to watch Fox News. You don't need to watch the Federal Reserve meetings. You don't need to watch any of this. You can literally predict the market with those three indicators: DXY, Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin. That's what I've been doing overall. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I don't watch Fox News, CBNC. I don't watch any of this, Bloomberg. I don't go in. If we type in right now, crypto news, look at this right now. And I'm going to start reading comments. If we type in crypto news, we're going to see how much BS we see when it comes to news. When it comes to news, guys, I'm sure a lot of you already know because you're very, very smart. If you're watching the stream still, smash that like button for me. And I know you're a very, very smart person willing to go ahead and become better because you're still here, right? If you go ahead and type in crypto news, you're going to see all this negativity. Why? Because negativity sells. Negativity sells fear. With more fear, they're able to control you more. This is the reason why I don't watch the news, because I don't care. I know what's going to happen based on the indicators that I'm showing you. I don't care if the Federal Reserve says this when it clearly shows what's going to happen on the charts. They say people lie, numbers don't. People lie, data doesn't. Remember that. Look at all this negativity I'm going to read right now. Your NFTs are actually now finally worthless. So imagine if you invested over $100,000 into this NFT and then you read and come across your NFTs are actually worthless. You're gonna panic, right? You're gonna panic. NFTs crashed 95% of the market, may now be worthless. Study finds. Do you see this? Bitcoin sinks below $27,000 after the Fed signals keeping rates higher for longer. Do you see all this negativity? Sky high rocket interest rates are exactly what the crypto market needs. Like it tells you nothing but negative news. This is the reason why I don't watch the news. So if I was relying what I'm telling you right now on news, I wouldn't be able to tell you what I'm telling you right now. This is the reason why I don't watch any of these news. And I would recommend you, in my opinion, not to do the same as well. Don't believe what they say. Look at what actually makes sense. Look at what's going on. Are you really going to believe the person that's telling you that inflation's not going to go up higher and that we're in a good economy when you could clearly see that the economy is not doing good? Would you rather listen to the Federal Reserve when you're seeing the DXY go up and it's really telling us what's going on with the economy? Are you really going to go ahead and listen to the Federal Reserve? You could type in the Fed balance sheet and you can see how much money the Fed is actually pumping into the equation. They say sometimes the truth is in front of us, but sometimes we're not willing to go ahead and dig any deeper. And that's the harsh reality of the truth. People are too psyoped and they're too scared to know the truth, so they would rather avoid it. And I hope none of you are like that. Yo, dude, you have looked into BCH bull tool built on Bitcoin Cash? I have not, man. What is that? I want to go ahead and see that. BCH bull tool. Sounds cool, man. What does it do? With BCH bull, you can leverage longer short on chain, no sign up, no custody. Oh, it's a decentralized. It's a DEX. It's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna check it out. Johnny says, if you're losing someone's money, if you're losing, someone's winning, and when you're winning, someone's losing. That's how the market works. 100%, bro. 100%. Johnny's right on that. Supa says, I lost potential money when I didn't take profits. My ETH trade hits my stop loss. Hey, Supa, we were talking about ETH. Remember I told you, I think it was you that I was talking to you with. I told you how there's a head and shoulders forming on ETH, and I ended up not taking that trade. I ended up taking a loss too. I think a small little loss. But with Bitcoin as well, see, right now I'm going slightly up. But I did the same thing with Shiba, man. I did the same with Shiba. I was at $100 profit, not that much money. And then I ended up putting my stop loss at $4. And guess what happened? The market pumped. But guess what? I only took a $4 loss, and I'm okay with that. We're not always going to go ahead and win every trade, and I think sometimes is just being able to minimize how much you lose. And that's what I've been learning from, the better traders. There's a lot of good traders better than me, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I collaborated with Andy from Bitcoin Senses, really, really good trader. He always says that he doesn't trade every market, that he only trades whenever he sees the opportunity. And I'm like, damn, dude, I'm gonna learn that from him. So I learned that from Andy. You know what I mean? I'm seeing how Dr. Bullseye, which is Rodrigo, which I collaborated with in the past too as well. I learned his kind of trading style. I've learned Natoshi. She's really, really good at trading. I watch her content. I literally watch her live. I literally go ahead and watch her videos. I watch what she posts. I know she's really big into Forex trading as well. And I like the way she trades too. You know what I mean? I see the way she trades. It doesn't mean I'm going to agree or do everything she does, right? But I'm going to go ahead and watch her and learn something from her because they're better than me. And I think it's harder for a person to agree that you're not as good as you really believe, because we all have egos, right? And I think wanting to be the best is one of the biggest things, as at least for a man that comes in, depending on the personality you have. Most people are going to be more driven by ego, and I could be that person that I've said that I've been that person. Where you think you're the freaking expert because you know what's going to happen. I don't know, man. I'm willing to go ahead and learn. I'm willing to learn from OG. I'm willing to learn from, Kashi, Saeed, Johnny, Supa. I'm willing to learn from all of you, man. And I think that's the difference that makes me compared to anybody else in this space right now that I've come across with, is that I'm willing to go ahead and learn from you. And I suggest all of you to go ahead and comment down below and reach out, man. Reach out to me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. DM me. Let's talk. Like, I literally have conversations with a lot of you, Follow me, ALTCOIN John. Follow me right here on ALTCOIN John. Send me a DM on Twitter. Let's talk. Let me know your kind of point of views of the market. Let me know Kashi actually followed me. See, I'm going to go ahead and follow Kashi. Go ahead and message me. That's what I want to go ahead and my goal is to go ahead and reach more people to be able to learn more from you. That's really what this platform is all about. I want to learn from you. I want to learn something that I don't know. Kashi right now, for example, ended up telling me about Bitcoin Cash, this leverage trading platform that I didn't know. I didn't know about this platform. I can't know, and I don't want to know everything. I'm telling you this. I don't want to be the person that knows everything. I'd rather accept that I'm wrong and say, you know what, guys, I don't know this. Let me go ahead and become better. Do you think there's anybody else that's going to tell you and show you, hey, guys, look, I fucked up on a couple of these trades myself. You can see my history. Do you think you're going to come across anybody that's going to tell you, hey, guys, look, I've had some losses right here, but I've also had some winners. And you see my winners have been some pretty good winners, $48, $48, $30. But then you see these losses. Do you think a lot of people are going to tell you, hey, guys, yeah, by the way, I'm testing out this new strategy. These are my losses so far, and this is how much I've been losing. Most people are not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, hey, guys, I made $20,000 today. Buy my course. You can do this every day. Easy money. Get the money. Buy my course. I'm not telling you that. I'm showing you what I know, and then I'm showing you that I'm testing out new strategies. I'm not the best, man. I don't want to also be the best. They say this one thing, right? I heard this from a quote. I can't remember who it was. And they said, you don't want to always be the smartest person in the room. You want to be surrounded with other people that are smarter and better than you so you can go ahead and learn from them. Remember that. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room, because if you're the smartest person in the room, that means the people that you're around with are less smarter than you, which means that you're more than likely not going to learn anything from them. And I think we live in a world of value, right? It's how can we go ahead and learn from each other, become better, and become better as a human being overall, or whatever you identify as, right? So I don't want to be the smartest person here. I don't want to be the person that knows everything. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that is open-minded, that I'm willing to go ahead and listen to you. I'm willing to go ahead and hear you. And that's why I recommend all of you go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I am releasing a Discord, a private Discord. It is going to be a paid Discord, but I'm also going to go ahead and offer a free Discord. Why? Because I believe the value of providing is more important than the back end part, right? For example, I want to go ahead and surround myself with like-minded individuals. When you go ahead and surround yourself with smarter people with you, you're able to go ahead and get more opportunities. I've met a lot of people. I've literally made more friends on live stream that I've made literally recently in my life. You know, I have more friends through live streaming because I've started live streaming, right? And for example, like B Kashi, you know, I learned something new from him. Johnny, you know, Supa. I think I met Supa through, if I'm not mistaken, through Natalie's live stream. So I met a lot of you literally just through the internet, right? And I can probably go ahead and say that I have a stronger relationship with most people that I actually know because we're like-minded. We understand what we're talking about. We understand we have something in common, something similar, right? So I'm coming out with this, I don't want to community. It's called the Decentralized Titans. Comment down below if you don't like the name. If you don't like the name, I'm willing to go ahead and change it. Why? Because like I said, I'm adaptable. I'm not, you know, on the Decentralized Titans. We could change it to something else, but I thought Decentralized Titans sounds really cool, strong, and powerful, right? And that's what we are. We are cool, strong, and powerful. And if you actually go ahead and see the page that I'm working on right now, and I'm working on some courses. I'm working on 3 tiers, right? Or like I like to go ahead and say 2 tiers. We're working on the Diamond and the Onyx. And on the Ruby, I'm going to be offering that for free. You're going to be getting literally how to go ahead and trade on MEXC, how to set up your account. We're going to be adding a lot more, 2 courses plus a free Discord access. Then I'm going to be offering a Diamond where we're going to be offering, you know, VIP chat with a lot of you, where we're going to have a private conversation. We can all go ahead and get together, talk about these new areas, whether it's crypto, whether it's other business opportunities. I think the way to go ahead and make money is by surrounding yourselves with other people that are smarter and are making more money than you as well. I've made a lot of connections through networking events, through buying tickets to go to a show, to buy courses, to go ahead and become better as a person. And that's why I know what I know today, right? And I've noticed that when you pay a fee, it gets all the fakers out. So, but I am going to be offering a Ruby, which later down the line as the channel grows, I know it will grow. this might not be free, but for all those that are watching right now, I'm going to be offering free courses and a free Discord for one of the tiers. And then the diamond one is going to go ahead and come in with a lot more, how to spot market trends, actually in-depth courses that I should actually be recording like right now. And I'm actually still here live. That one's going to be $39 a month, and you're going to actually get real text messages, alerts, literally whenever I jump into a position. Like if I see a position in Shiba or another shitcoin, you're going to get a text message on your phone saying, hey guys, looking at this trade at this area, I'm jumping in. Stop loss, whatever the case is. And now you guys are going to be able to jump in with me if you want onto those trades, or just analyze those trades with me. And that's literally only $40 a month. And I like to keep it low. You know, I've realized that on this platform, a lot of other communities are charging $300 a month, $600 a month, $1,000. I think $39 a month is a good entry, just to go ahead and you know, keep the wannabes out, because I know there's two kinds of people. There's people that actually want to go ahead and learn in their education and become better, and there's like straight up leeches that just want to go ahead and go after the free stuff and are not usually there for the long run. They're just here to learn and then just leave. And we want to go ahead and build a community that we could go ahead and rely on one another, because I think the only way we could go ahead and stay up to date with what is going on in the world is by being united. I don't care what gender you are, what religion you are, what color you are, whatever you believe in, what language you speak on. All I really believe in is that as long as we go ahead and have each other's backs, we're going to go ahead and come successful in this side of the market, regardless of manipulation, right? And the only way to do that is by having a community, like a tribe, being united. That's the only way we could go ahead and do this and really go ahead and execute on what we're working on, getting money, right? That's the diamond. And then we have the onyx, which is going to be $69 a month, where you will actually have one-on-one monthly 30-minute calls where you can go ahead and call me, FaceTime me, or on the phone and actually have conversations with me and ask me questions. So $69 to go ahead and do that, I think it's a really well priced. I think over time maybe the prices might go up, depends on how people actually like them, but all of these are going to go ahead and are going to have courses, and I'm going to be updating them literally every month. So decentralized titans, I'm very, very excited to launch that community very, very soon. I think I'm going to be launching the free version, the Ruby version, tomorrow actually. So I'm going to go ahead and try to create some courses tonight to go ahead and get this up and running. But we're going to go ahead and start off with the Ruby version, which is free. I'm going to go ahead and provide you as much value, and then you're going to be like, damn bro, I want to go ahead and pay the $39 because I know I got a lot of value from the free one. And I think that's really the goal that we're going to be able to dominate in this space of crypto, is by being united and being together. So go ahead and reach out to me, ALTCOIN John, DM me, message me. Look at all these trades I've been making money on. 58%. Look at these. 65%, 37%. It's not always the time. I mean, you saw my losses too. But yeah, see, I'm learning. We're learning, and I think the best way to go ahead and dominate in this sector of crypto is by learning from each other. So if we go ahead and join this community together, you become part of the community. I get to learn from you, and we get to go ahead and help each other out. And I think that's the best way that we could all go ahead and become successful, is by surrounding yourself by people that are hungry just like you and I, and are willing to go ahead and become successful themselves. So I think we're really going to go ahead and dominate this this side of crypto, and I'm very, very excited for what we got going on there. But yeah, 100%. Be Cashy, really enjoying the stream. I really appreciate you. Johnny says same, great stream. I appreciate you, bro. I like the way you think. Thank you, Be Cashy. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Syntax, how's it going, man? Long time no see. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Super Max says, yeah, through Nat. See, yeah, I remember. I missed today's live stream with Nat. Unfortunately, I missed Nat's live stream today. I was watching her yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna be coming up with a collab with Nat soon. I've been talking to her about that. I was like, hey, Nat, I think we have to collab again. D-Tie, LOL. Is it supposed to be a do you like it or no? Be Cashy, do you think decentralized Titan sounds cool? Because I think, like, if we're called a Titans, I don't know, it just sounds powerful to me. I could be wrong, and like I said, that's why I'm open to opinions, and I'm open for discussion. Do you guys like that name or not? But I'm definitely going to go ahead and look into this platform, bringing DeFi to UTX. Okay, so what does it do? Permissionless, contractless. Contracts are being created by two consisting parties using their Bitcoin Cash with no permission needed. Nice. Up to 5x leverage, multiple assets. Allows contract creation using BCH against a number of assets, with more assets being added to the application of the developer. No counterparty risk. On-chain, all contract data is BCH blockchain, and then community support. And they're actually seen with Bitcoin.com, which, if you guys don't know, the founder of Bitcoin.com was one of the biggest supporters of Bitcoin back in 2008, I think, or in the early 2017s, like when Bitcoin was worth 1 cent. And that guy was very, very bullish, and he invested in a lot of companies such as Kraken and a lot of these other blockchain crypto related companies. And now he is extremely bullish on Bitcoin Cash. So with that being said, like I said, we have to follow the money, guys. It doesn't matter what you and I think. What matters is what the big money is doing. If the big money thinks that Shiba is going to the moon, whether you believe in Shiba or not, it's going to go to the moon. If you see that big money is following Bitcoin Cash, whether you think Bitcoin Cash is worthless or not, it doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the higher people are doing. The institutions are buying Bitcoin Cash. What does that mean? Follow the money. Not financial advice, but this is the reason why I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash, because I see a lot of people hate Bitcoin Cash, and I think that's going to be one of the best communities to go ahead and work with, because Bitcoin Cash community, I think that's what Bcashy is. Bcashy seems like he's bullish on Bitcoin Cash, and I literally just made a Bitcoin Cash video 2 days ago, which I would really appreciate all of you to go ahead and watch that. It tells you why I'm bullish on Bitcoin Cash, really, because a lot of people don't believe in Bitcoin Cash, and I like to go ahead and do what the opposite people do. If people don't believe in something, I'm going to go ahead and believe it 20 times more, right? Because they always say that people, you have to always go ahead and do the opposite. If you go ahead and see this one, look, why you should go ahead and buy Bitcoin Cash. Only a little bit of views. I don't know why. Come on, guys, go ahead and smash that one up. Only 50 views, but we have to go ahead and get this. I think my channel took a massive hit the last 2 weeks because I was sick, but we're getting the channel back up and running. But ever since I've been sick, I have been uploading on stream, but I've been changing up everything. We were talking heavily about meme coins, and now we're talking about real utility projects. Why? Because I'm adaptable. I'm willing to go ahead and become better. So go ahead, support the channel. Go ahead and watch this video. Why you should go ahead and buy Bitcoin Cash. I think $3,000 plus, it's a joke in my opinion. I think it could go up higher, but yeah, go ahead and check that out. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and look into this platform, see what it does. Let's see what is it? So we read that. How do you launch this? And join my Discord, guys, by the way. Let me go ahead and put my Discord link down below. Big Cash, he says, is a little clunky rolling off the tongue. Agree, the Cashy, but it's just because of a new name. Our video, that's how I found you. Nice, man. I'm glad to hear that, Big Cashy. So he found me through the Bitcoin Cash video. See, I think Bitcoin Cash is a very strong community, and I think it has a community that not enough people are talking about. Like I've looked at YouTube videos of people talking about Bitcoin Cash, and there's just only one guy that he doesn't upload as much that talks about like how Bitcoin Cash is going to be the biggest thing, and I totally agree with him. And because of that reason, I got the inspiration to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and follow suit with what he believes, because I truly believe that Bitcoin Cash is going to be here to stay as well. So I want to go ahead and really show people why Bitcoin Cash should be an option to go ahead and buy. Let me go ahead and post my Discord link down below, by the way. Go ahead and make sure to join. Let me go ahead and post my link, and comment down below if you guys don't like Bitcoin. If you guys don't like the name Decentralized Titans, let me know down below what I should go ahead and name it. Like I said, I'm open to changes. It's not gonna have to be the name. We are open to go ahead and change that anytime, so I don't mind that whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and post a link right now so you guys can go ahead and join my Discord. Snap, man. I'm already almost 3 hours deep into streaming. I didn't realize that. So go ahead and make sure to join my Discord down below, Decentralized Titans. Let's go ahead and get this community running. Very, very exciting times for the bull run. So definitely go ahead and join the Discord link down below. I do believe I will be ending this stream very, very soon. So go ahead and make sure to comment down below if you have any other questions. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and be ending the stream very soon. I need to go ahead and... I have a lot of work to do, man. I have these courses to start working on so I could go ahead and release by tomorrow. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, man. I'm kind of out of energy. When you talk to yourself, or we're not really talking to yourself, right? But you have no time to pause, especially me, because I talk a lot. I'm a talker. I don't know how I could talk for 3 hours straight. The only way I could get around my streams is by literally drinking my W as well. So I literally have W right here in the hand. It does contain caffeine, but it contains a nootropic that actually helps you concentrate, that could actually help you concentrate when you're going to work, working out, gaming. This is more of a gaming supplement too, studying, working, or even streaming. So this is a way I'm able to go ahead and keep up with these streams pretty long as well, besides the fact that that I'm a very talkative person. I also drink W, and I love W. So right now I'm drinking the fruit punch flavor. Really good, really good. Whenever I'm working out, or even gaming, W is like the perfect solution to me, in my opinion. It's not too crazy. I'm a huge caffeine person. It only has like about 150, and I'm literally like in the zone, especially when I'm trading. But yeah, enough with the shilling. But comment down below if there's anything else you guys want me to go ahead and talk about, or else I'm going to go ahead and be ending the stream because I have to go ahead and start working on all those courses, so we could go ahead and release the free Discord tomorrow. As well, make sure to go ahead and comment down below what name you want. I know you're saying Decentralized Titans is a little too long. I agree with that. Let me know. I think B Kashi says DT. DT sounds kind of funny, no? DT. Interesting. So go ahead and comment down below what you guys believe I should go ahead and call it. I am going to go ahead and be ending the stream in about 1 minute. So go ahead and let me know what you guys want me to go ahead and talk about before I end the stream. I'm going to go ahead and look at Bitcoin in the meantime and take a little breather. Smash that like button for me, by the way. Hey, Johnny says, yo, you gotta let me try some. You would be drinking the fruit punch one. Dude, this one's good. I hate fruit punch. Johnny, I don't think you know this, bro. I hate fruit punch. Fruit punch, to me, has always been disgusting. I've never liked fruit punch. And this thing tastes freaking fire, bro. I have every flavor, literally. I have this one. I have orange and cream, which I didn't get for free. I wish I did. That's why you guys need to go ahead and use my link down below, pepe2, or link down in the description to get 10% off. That way I get free products. But yeah, then I have this blue raspberry that's still sealed, and then I have beach and peach, and then I have dragon fruit, which they're all really, really good. I love them, honestly. They're really, really good. I drink these probably like, I drink 2 to 3 cups a day sometimes to go ahead and just be able to do what I'm doing. But yeah, it's really, really good. I'll definitely go ahead and give you a scoop to go ahead and try out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, TI just sounds, the Thai sounds funny. Yeah, he's like, what, bro? We drink the fruit punch truies all the time. The fruit punch truies are the reason what got me into fruit punch. Believe it or not, I hate fruit punch, but like what I really do like is fruit punch. Look, these are freaking fire. These are fire. These are fire. This is the reason why I liked fruit punch now, because of the fruit punch truies. I've always hated fruit punch. I've never liked fruit punch, and because of the truies, I like fruit punches now. But I don't like fruit punch whatsoever. I've never liked anything flavored fruit punch. I've always thought it was disgusting. And ever since I tried the fruit punch truie, not a sponsorship, I wish I was. I freaking like fruit punch now. That's funny, man. Which one's the best? I love me a good fruit punch. Same. Yeah, those are good. I freaking hate fruit punch, man. Until I tried the fruit punch. So like for me personally, for Dubby, I like the Beach and Peach. This is my favorite one. It's like my go to. And then the other one that's really good is a fruit punch. That's what I'm drinking right now. Freaking fire, man. It literally tastes like fruit punch. You're gonna like this, Johnny. I'm gonna have to give you some, man. I'm gonna have to give you some so you can go ahead and try it. I've never seen this flavor though. Galaxy Grenade energy drink. I'm huge in caffeine, man, so that's why this kind of things get me very excited when it comes to this caffeine stuff, because I like caffeine. Look, it says contains patent neural factor. So this neural factor is the thing that helps you focus. Look, laser focus. Neural factor is the start of the show. It helps you focus. So like this laser focus thing is what has what's inside the Dubby. It's a nootropic. So this thing literally makes you focus without giving you any anxiety. As of lately, because I'm a big caffeine person, I used to drink like the 300 plus milligrams caffeine, even 600 milligrams sometimes back to back, and I used to get a lot of like anxiety when it came to like drinking coffee or drinking caffeine drinks. And this, because it's so low, 150, I feel pretty like geeked, as in focus, but I don't get anxiety, or I don't get anxious, or I don't get any of that. So literally no jitters, no crash. I could literally drink 2 of these, make some content, go to the gym, or even game, or stream, and then go to bed. But if I drink like a regular energy drink from the store that's like 300 milligrams plus, like C4 and all those, trust me, man, I'm a caffeine junkie. Like for all those that know me, yeah, kind of, maybe. For all those that know me, I'm very big on caffeine. Like I love caffeine, and that's like my go-to every day. And because of that reason, I've tried a lot of crazy stuff. Like I've tried literally stuff like caffeine pre-workouts that are like technically almost borderline illegal to have, or not to have, but to drink, because they're very strong, and they get you where you want to go. They get you geeked up. But the problem is that you crash, and then you're tired, and you can't do anything for the day. And I used to do that. I used to drink like some very crazy, like before they became illegal pre-workouts. They became illegal by the FDA, so they didn't get approved. So they're not illegal, but like the drinks that I've drank before were like not approved by the FDA, and those usually like contain a lot of caffeine and a lot of other stuff of who knows what it contained, but it got you geeked. Like literally it felt like you drank like probably 6 of them, and you only took 1 scoop. And yeah, it would give you the energy, and it'll make you feel good, but as soon as the come down came, it was the worst come down ever. You would feel tired, you'll feel anxious sometimes, you'll get anxiety, and that's why I don't drink those kind of like caffeine drinks anymore. That's why I don't drink any of those like illegal freaking I wouldn't be surprised, man. It contains something. I don't know what it contained, but this is one of them that I used to drink. Look, and there's this other one called Mr. Hyde. Before they made it, before they banned it, but they ended up banning the one that was called Mr. Hyde as well, because it had a chemical in there that wasn't approved, and it ended up getting rejected. But I used to drink this thing right here. This thing right here, crazy. It's called Dark Energy. This thing right here, even the name just sounds like freaking creepy, right? But this thing, I don't know what it contained, to be honest. Look at this. Look at this guy's comment. This stuff will have you through the wall with no issue. Highly recommend. Encourage easing into it. I'm telling you, dude. I'm like a caffeine person. Like I'm huge on caffeine. Huge on caffeine. That's like the thing that gets me excited. I'm like, yes, caffeine. There's this other one called Kraken. Like it's funny, man. Like when you get into like this like pre-workout thing, like me, especially because like if you're a gym rat, like I was a huge gym rat, man. Being able to work out for such a long time requires a lot. Look at this one. This one's called Crack Reloaded. Hey, look at the thing this thing contains, man. Like who even knows what it contains? You have to know really what you're drinking most of the time. But yeah, but stuff like this, I used to drink like crazy drinks like these, and they used to do the work, but then you just got major side effects, right? And with Dubby, I don't have those issues whatsoever. So support the channel, use my link down below, smash that like button, subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break, man. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. The souls of children, dark energy doing big things. Dark energy is pretty good, man. Dark energy is pretty good. I haven't had it in a good I haven't had it in a good year, like 2 years, I think. I haven't had that drink in like 2 years. It's been a while. It's because I think it just gave me like major anxiety, man. Honestly, I would be good, but then I would just get major anxiety, and I would just be like jittery, and then I would just like be super tired to do anything after. So that's why I stopped drinking like those crazy energy drinks. So right now I just keep it kind of low, man. This is like about 150 milligrams, so it really does give you that focus and all that. But anyways, guys, I could go ahead and continue to talk here for another 10 hours. Let me go ahead and look at my trade before I end the stream. Okay, my trade's not looking too well. I think I'm probably gonna lose out on this one. Let me go ahead and see real quick. Yeah, see, the thing is, this is why you have to be very careful, guys. Right here, we're looking at Bitcoin, right? This is a pure example why you have to be very careful. The anxiety is the worst thing ever. Yeah, man, 100%. I used to be like, see, I didn't know about any of this. Like, I would just used to drink a lot of caffeine, the C4 energy drinks too, like these. Trust me, man, I'm a huge caffeine person, and if I didn't believe in Dubby, I wouldn't be talking about it or drinking it. But I stopped drinking all of these drinks. Let me go ahead and get my correct grammar in. All these drinks, I've stopped drinking them because after a while I realized I would get major anxiety because of the high caffeine content it had. And sometimes I would have to drink 2 to even feel like what I needed to feel. And ever since I started drinking Dubby, I only take half of what they have in the can of this energy drink right here, and I'm focused. Like, look, I've literally been sipping on this since the whole entire stream, and you've seen how much I talk, man. I talk a lot, so it definitely works. But yeah, look at Bitcoin right now, right? So we're looking at the Bitcoin on Binance, and this one right here, it says is 26,601. But if we go ahead and check out MEXC, it says Bitcoin is at 26,569. So it's a huge price difference, and that's another thing you have to be very careful when you're analyzing these charts. And I kind of made a very rookie mistake of not analyzing the chart that I'm actually trading from. So I should be looking at the chart for MEXC to analyze my trade. So it looks like I did have it. I just ended up looking at the wrong chart. So I was like doing my analysis on a chart that was a little delayed. So this is the chart that we should be looking at, the Bitcoin versus MEXC, because this is the one I'm using. I'm using MEXC to go ahead and trade, right? It's a platform I'm using. Go ahead and support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. 9,100 in sign-up bonuses. And I'm currently live right now, currently at a loss right now, $24 loss. We're gonna go ahead and see how that play turns out. But I think Bitcoin could go ahead and potentially break above the 26,700. Obviously, let's go ahead and do this quick little TA now that I'm here. This kind of does look like a head and shoulders pattern, so you have to be very careful if this is the move for it. Head and shoulders is not the best pattern you want to go ahead and see right now. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so yeah, so head and shoulders pattern looks like it's forming right here. As you can see, this is usually a head and shoulders pattern. Not a good pattern to go on. It usually means that it's going to top off right here, it's going to get rejected, and it's going to go ahead and come all the way down. So you have to be very cautious of certain patterns as well too. So this could be a head and shoulders pattern. I don't know. If it does go ahead and get rejected at around this area right here, which is the 26,618 again, and if it doesn't break above this, that means like 99% for sure it's going to go ahead and go down. And it's going to go ahead and dump down to 26,491 and then down to 26,300. If we go ahead and see Bitcoin break above 26,618 on the 15-minute chart, that means that means that Bitcoin will go ahead and hit this area right here, which is a 26,700, which is my price target. I think Bitcoin is going to hit 26,700, and then by here, my goal is to go ahead and sell that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this little swing trade. That's what I'm waiting for right now. We're also waiting for the Asian market to go ahead and open up in a couple hours. But if that plays out pretty well, it's going to be a nice little play, right? And I think that's what's going to happen. I think even Bitcoin could go as high as $27,000. So that's my prediction on Bitcoin. I think after $27,000, I think there's a high probability that it will dump, especially with the DXY. I do think Bitcoin could hit $27,000 and then dump all the way down to $25,000 to $24,000. So make sure to like this video, comment down below. Johnny says, why do they have different amounts? This should be the same no matter what platform you are using. That is BS, to be honest. What platform is the most accurate? Yeah, man, that kind of sucks. So like that's just the reality with a lot of brokers. Some of them have, you know, because especially the crypto market is very, very volatile. It's really, really different depending on the exchange on how they go ahead and provide their accuracy on their information. And that's why it's very, very important to understand what exchange you feel comfortable trading. Binance has always been known to have, you know, every time it's going up to be higher and every time it's going down to be shorter. So we really don't know which exchange has an accurate price, because if we look at the price of Bitcoin, the thing is that with these exchanges, a lot of them, the reason why they do that is so they could go ahead and make money. But let's go ahead and see what price we could go ahead and see on Bitcoin on, let's say, crypto.com, right? So on crypto.com, it says Bitcoin is at 26,601, and then on MEXC right now, the one I'm trading, this is at 26,564. So it's always going to be different on every exchange. This depends on the exchange that you're trading on. Some exchanges, it might be higher. Other exchanges, it might be lower. It just really depends on preference. Let's see if we could even use KuCoin. But let's go ahead and see what KuCoin's at right now. And we could go ahead and see this too as well. Look. Where is Bitcoin at? Bitcoin right here on KuCoin, this is 25,000. Oh, it says right here 26,576. So it's almost close to the price, the exchange that I'm trading on. The other exchange, crypto.com, is at a higher price. So it could be good and bad, because that means that if you're buying at a higher price, that means you're paying more, and that's usually what a lot of these exchanges do. Hey, Johnny's like, damn, bro, I can see the dub working, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm already like going back into the charts, even though I said I was gonna go ahead and end this stream. But literally, I'm about to sip this last thing. Next time I see you, Johnny, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some dubby, and you're gonna go ahead and try out the difference, bro. Like, your mindset is gonna change when it comes to a lot of these energy drinks with dubby, in my opinion. So yeah, usually exchanges have different prices, but yeah, that's pretty much it on that. So we're gonna go ahead and see where our trade goes moving forward. Support the channel. 9,100 sign up bonuses, MEXC link down below. Crypto bubbles, it's going kind of down, so I might get stopped out of my trade. But before I go in any longer, because the W is working now even more, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep your head up and expect a lot of volatility in this market. I'll go ahead and catch all of you guys tomorrow. Happy Thursday, happy Friday, good morning, good night.